Hello, Wolves fans, and welcome to Joe Knowles Field here on the campus of South Kitsap High School. Tonight, the South Kitsap Wolves take on the Yelm Tornadoes in a Narrows League 4A showdown. We are happy to be coming to you live this evening on SKTV, Wave Digital Cable Channel 205, and also streaming live to the world on the internet. I'm Steve Dickey, and helping me bring you tonight's game is SK student Siobhan Fay. Siobhan, Yelm comes in at 3-2, 1-1 in league play after last week's 23-14 upset loss against CK at home last week. The Tornadoes are currently in 4th place in the Narrows League 4A division behind Bellarmine Prep, Olympia, and Gig Harbor. They are led by the play of senior quarterback Quentin Buck and a solid trio in the backfield with senior running back Aaron Rivera, junior running back Jacob Rash, and freshman Brandon Thompson. They've done a great job filling the shoes of Jacob Swilley, who graduated last year and is playing football for Central Washington this fall. Buck was converted from the running back to the quarterback this season and has made a really nice transition into that role. First-year head coach Jason Ronquillo has done a great job getting these guys focused and playing hard.
And going on to the other side of the ball, Steve, Wolves come in at 1-4, 0-3 in the league play. They're currently in last place in Narrow League 4A standing, which is not a place the Wolves are accustomed to. Offense is led by junior quarterback Cooper Kenton with 658 yards and 6 touchdown passes. South's leading rushers are senior Taro Bell with 426 yards and 3 touchdowns, and junior Marshad DeWalt with 211 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Wolves' leading wide receivers are senior Logan Knowles with 16 catches and 1 touchdown, and Dylan Garcia with 10 catches. Defense on the other side is led by junior linebacker Raymond Marin with 43 tackles, and senior linebacker Deshaun Booker with 30 tackles and a team high of 3 forced fumbles. You know, Steve, what did Coach say about his plan for the game today?
Well, I spoke to Coach Canton earlier this week, and he says we've got to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. South has a really undersized line this year, and they've really been having trouble getting through. He says they're going to have to really get down low and get under these bigger Yelm guys and drive them off the ball a little better. Stopping the run. He says we've got to stop the run. It's been an Achilles heel for this team all year. Really having trouble with that. A lot of teams are not passing on us much, just really running it. Coach says we've got to stop the run. We got to create some turnovers. Hard to believe, but this year, after 5 games, South Kitsap has not recorded an interception yet. We've created 7 fumbles, but we have not caught an interception yet. And we've got to tackle better. He says, you know, we're catching guys in the backfield and they're shaking us. He says, we got to finish tackles. Take care of the ball and execute on offense. We've had 9 turnovers in 5 games, and that's just not going to help you win ball games. He says the defense needs to get a little more aggressive with their play and sell out on each and every down. You know, sometimes the guys are getting caught on their heels. He also said that too much thinking creates what he calls paralysis by analysis. And he says they need to play a little freer without fear of making a mistake. He said the guys think too much, and once you're thinking too much, you know, it's such a fast game before you got a chance to react, they're by you.
Well, Steve, it's going to be interesting for the game today because both coaches are very young. This is Coach Canton's 2nd year, and this is Coach Ronquillo from Yelm, his first year. He had a pretty large legacy, though, that he built up at Hoquiam High School.
Yeah, he did. He was the 2012 Southwest Washington Evergreen 1A Division Coach of the Year after leading Hoquiam to their first outright league title in 33 years and taking the Grizzlies to 3 consecutive state playoff appearances. Wolves are just about to come out of the tunnel. Pretty nice night for football tonight. Not too cold, not much of a breeze blowing. Should be a good night of football. And here come the Wolves out of the tunnel.
It's certainly good to see the weather turn out after being such rainy earlier.
Absolutely. So field conditions look fine. There shouldn't be any trouble with that. Should be able to run the ball well. Should be able to throw the ball well. Instead, no wind. Looking at the flag there, it is not moving. It is a very beautiful night here at South Kitsap. Ready for some great football action.
Much different night than our last home game. The wind was very blowing last time.
Yeah, a strong wind blowing to the north at the Bellarmine game there a couple of weeks ago. So South Kitsap coming out of the tunnel. Yelm out on the field now warming up. Coach Canton says these guys are fired up. He said he went in and talked to them earlier this week and told them this is not South Kitsap football. We are not accustomed to being at the bottom of the standings. We're not used to having 0 wins. or 0 league wins at this point in the standings in the season. I told them, you got to play with some pride this year. You know, I know we've lost some games early, but you know, now we're playing for pride. Yelm is currently in 4th place. They're only taking 3 teams to the playoffs out of Narrows this year.
So I think that the South is basically they're trying to regain some of their glory from last year. Last year they made it to the playoffs. And this year they're trying to knock other people out of the playoffs. And looks like here comes the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand for the presentation of the colors?
We've got the color guard commanded by Ensign Connor Ancrick and are taking the field and present the colors. The SK High School Band, under the direction of Gary Grams, will be performing the national anthem. Let's take it down to the field.
Please remain standing until the colors have left the field. And now please join the South Kitsap Marching Band in the direction of Gary Grams. Tonight's national anthem conducted by Senior Drum Major Aaron Niles, Junior Drum Major Aaron Rogers, and Field Marshal Cheyenne Edwards. Our national anthem.
And we're back. Another great performance by the SK High Band. So as we wait for these two teams to take the field, captains will be taking the field in just a minute. This is Yelm's second year, in the 4A League. They were bumped up from WIA last year, joining the Narrows League. They went 5-5 last year. They did not qualify for the playoffs last year. Finished just behind South Kitsap, who went 6-4, and did make it to the state play-in game before falling to Camas and ending their season last year. So the captain's coming out. Take the coin flip. South Kitsap captains number 3, Logan Knowles. Number 7, Cooper Canton. Number 8, Kyle Carpenter. And number 27, Deshaun Booker, all out for the coin toss.
Captains for the Wolves, number 3.
And captains for Yelm is number 13, Victor Munoz. Number 23, Aaron Rivera.
I can't make out
Number
the other
56, Noah Littlefield. And they're tightly packed in there.
Yeah, can't make out that last number. Yelm currently in 4th place in the Narrows League, and this year they changed the rules. Only 3 teams from the Narrows League will qualify for the playoffs this year, so they're battling for that final spot. South trying to play the spoiler role tonight and not give Yelm any playoff chances for this season again.
And defended the South goal.
Looks like that last captain there is number 42, Cody Burke.
Last year, the Wolves played Yelm down in Yelm and defeated them last year 45-3. So played them really well last year. We'll see if they can have a repeat performance tonight. Looking like a pretty fired up group down there.
They're certainly ready for another win.
South Kitsap now looking for their first league win and their second win of the season. After they started out looking pretty good in a 40-0 win at Kent Ridge. They stumbled the last couple of weeks. But last week in Olympia, they lost, ended up losing 28-21, I believe was the score. And I guess they really played well, particularly in the second half. So hopefully they can build on some of that momentum. Still came up a little bit short, but did play a tough Olympia team and played really well with them.
Yeah, the boys told me that they felt no sorry in the loss, that they tried their hardest. It was not an easy win for Olympia, so they should have been proud of their last week, hoping to come back with a win here at home against Yelm.
So it looks like South Kitsap all set to receive. Number 34, Isaiah Cotton, and number 25, Corey Bell, back deep to receive for the Wolves. A couple of weeks ago in the Bellarmine game, they kept short kicking. They were trying to stay away from the speed of the Wolves in the deep backs. But the up backs, Cody Wilson, Mikey Garcia, Marshad DeWalt, all those guys can fly too, so we got some wheels.
Certainly is true. Let's see. It'll be interesting who they go to.
And here we go, all set for the kickoff. And we are underway here at Joe Knowles Field. Short kick, out of bounds.
Looks right about the 38. Knocked out of bounds by one of the Yelm players.
Vernon Parker's kick goes out of bounds to the 35-yard line.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. It's the kicking out of bounds on the kickoff. So an illegal procedure play. Gives South first down.
Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. Where the Wolves take over.
All right, so the Wolves will take over 1st and 10 from the 36 as they break the huddle. Cooper Canton under center. 3-man backfield. Marshad DeWalt, the deep back.
Logan
Canton
Knowles
under
out
center.
And
Takes the handoff up the middle.
Marshad
DeWalt ahead for probably about 3 yards.
looks about.
Take that to the
On
39.
the left side of the Tornadoes line.
So that'll bring up 2nd about 7. Glad to see Marshad running back in the game again after he injured his ankle there a couple of weeks ago.
It's 2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7 brings up Cooper Canton under center. Marshad DeWalt, the lone back, trips to his left. Marshad, quick hitter. Takes it down the sidelines and pushed out of bounds just shy of midfield.
Taro Bell on the carry.
Number 21, Taro Bell. And that will move the chains. That's a Wolves first down. Nice quick pass into the flat from Cooper Canton to Taro Bell. Well, Taro Bell has got some speed. You get that guy to the outside and he can run. All right, Wolves break the huddle. Canton in the shotgun now. Trips to his right. Marshad DeWalt, the lone man in the backfield. There's a snap. Canton rolls out to his right. Throws on the run. He's got a man.
He's got Logan Knowles for the first down.
Digging for the first down, pushing. And he's close to a first down. I believe he got it. It's about an 11-yard pass. And that will move the chains.
It's first down.
You know, Steve, it really is great to see all the boys out there wearing their pink and supporting breast cancer awareness.
Absolutely. October is breast cancer awareness month. Marshad DeWalt really sporting it with some bright ankle tape. So the Wolves looking good so far on their first drive. They've gotten into Yelm territory at about the 40-yard line. Canton Canton from the shotgun rolls to his left this time, and there is a penalty on the field. Looking more than likely it will be a false start on the Wolves. And it is. So first start on the Wolves will back them up 5. Giving them a 1st and 15 from about the 45-yard line.
It's first down and 15 at the 45.
Wolves break the huddle. Cooper Canton in the shotgun. 2-man set. Snap, hands off. Hit in the backfield immediately is Taro Bell and dropped for a loss.
Taking it back to the 40. It looks like another loss of 5 yards.
He's stopped immediately by 55, Nathan Mix.
Number 55 for the Tornadoes, Nathan Mix, immediately hits Taro Bell in the backfield, drives him back.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
So the Wolves looking at a 2nd and 18 from the 48 now. Canton comes up to the line. Takes a snap. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to his right. He's got a man downfield. Throws off balance.
Just knocked away. Looks like that was intended to be Braden Maynard on the catch.
Braden Maynard, the intended receiver.
Braden Maynard was the intended receiver. Pass was on. Just a nice defensive play there by Yelm to break that one up.
Brings up a 3rd and quite long for their first drive. 3rd and 8.
What started out as a promising drive has been hampered a little bit by a penalty and a caught in the backfield tackle for a loss. So South looking at about a 3rd and 18 from the 48. Oh, penalty on the play against the Wolves, and it was declined. They're going to take their chances with a 3rd and 18 instead of giving South another down.
Penalty declined by Yelm. It's 3rd and 18 at the 48.
So 3rd and 18 as the Wolves come out of the huddle. Canton lines up under center. Straight drop back. Throwing deep. He's got a man. Logan Knowles and overshoots him just a little bit. Canton tried to air one out deep to Logan Knowles, who had single coverage.
Logan Knowles, the intended receiver.
Throw is just a shade overthrown. So it looks like the Wolves will be forced to punt on their first drive. Cooper Canton is the punter, also the quarterback. So fake punts are always a possibility.
That is true. Cooper, he has a lot of agility, and he's very smart, so he's never really sure which way he's going to decide to go.
Snap back to Canton. Kick is off. Pretty good punt down the middle. Takes a nice south roll.
It's guarded
all
by
the way
Wolves.
inside the 10-yard line
Great
to about
punt.
the 8. A fantastic punt by Cooper Canton.
Which gives Yelm right inside their 20-yard line, which is great field position for Wolves, not so much for Yelm.
You know, Cooper Canton really seems to have a real knack for getting the nose of that ball down and getting that roll.
I think definitely the last home game, it seemed every single one was south rolling.
So Yelm comes out on their first drive. Quarterback Quentin Buck under center. Takes the handoff. Up the gut. About a 3-yard gain there. Bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Tornadoes. Their first drive.
Frank Martin, the ball carrier. He's across the 10-yard line to about the 11.
Buck under center. Takes the handoff, number 23 to the outside. Got a little bit of room, breaks one tackle, and then brought back down. That will be a first down. 23 senior Aaron Rivera.
Looked to be about 7 yards for Rivera. Again, highlighting the fact of what Coach Canton really wanted to focus on was finishing those tackles. Once you have somebody, don't let them go.
Absolutely. Now going to have the handoff up the middle. This time he's not getting anywhere. Rivera again with the carry. Looked like Mason Bradley was in on that tackle.
Rivera, the ball carrier, he stopped
About a 2-yard gain. Let's bring it up 2nd and 8 for the Tornadoes. Buck in the shotgun this time. Takes the hut, takes the snap. Handoff hit immediately in the backfield. Number 35, Marcus Burke.
He tried to give it to number 12, Marcus Shivers, but there's no luck on that one. Marcus Burke had him immediately.
Marcus Burke in the backfield almost took the handoff on that one. He was right on top of that play. Yelm going no huddle. Buck takes the snap, drops straight back. Quick little screen. Out into the middle, he's got a man. Breaks one tackle, cuts back outside. Takes it down to about the 30-yard line. That is going to be close to another Tornado first down.
Pass complete to Caleb Harris. On the stop for the Wolves, Lee Kalima. It's
3rd and short.
It does look like they are short.
Be a great opportunity to start defense momentum if South Kitsap can bring in the stop here on the first drive. That'll definitely give the boys a lot of confidence.
So 4th and 1 is going to bring out the punt team for Yelm. Oh, and the snap is over his head, gets by him. He recovers and he gets a shot and he gets a partial kickoff.
Cody Burke trying to
roll. Down at about the 30-yard line.
Number 42, Cody Burke trying to make something out of that terrible snap.
There is a flag on the play. Snap way over the punter's head. There's the SK band rocking it.
Band really gets into it whenever there's a good score. You see smiles on people's faces, you can't help but be pumped up.
See what the penalty is. Appears to be against Yelm. I would imagine South will decline that, given the field position that they got now. Talking over with number 8, Kyle Carpenter. I couldn't see who laid a hit, but somebody laid a hit on that punter as he was trying to get that kickoff. So an illegal procedure penalty against Yelm will be declined by South. They'll take the result of the play, which put the ball on the Yelm 30-yard line.
Amazing field position for South.
Oh,
They
now
can't
they've got
help
a
to be
dead ball
excited.
illegal. Excuse me, a dead ball illegal block in the back will give South even better field position.
The crowd can't help but be excited for that. as well as the boys down on the field.
Absolutely. An even bigger break for South now, as they will take that ball from the 30-yard line all the way down to about the 17-yard line. So a 15-yard block in the back penalty gives the Wolves fantastic field position as they start off on the 17-yard line. Cooper Canton under center, two-back set, Marshad DeWalt and Terrell Bell. Canton takes the handoff. Play action, rolls out. He's got a man, 23.
He's got Marshad.
Dives like down to about the 3-yard line. Nice pass by Canton. Nice run by Marshad DeWalt. Those guys have been playing together for a while. They came from the same junior high school, John Sedgwick. So they know each other pretty well. First down, Wolves, first and goal from the 5.
It'd definitely be a good chance to see how well the Yelm defense holds up with a first and goal, first and very short. See if it'll be a good test for the defense. But can't help but hope that South can make a touchdown out of this great field position.
Absolutely. They've got an excellent opportunity here. Canton under center again. Fakes again, rolls out to his right. Got a man. And dropped by number 35, Marcus Burke. That was a sure touchdown. Had it on about the 2-yard line. He could have easily gone in.
Nobody on him.
Must have just taken his eye off the ball, but that's a drop at the 2-yard line by Marcus Burke. So that'll bring up second and goal from the 5. Three-man set now. Canton under center. Takes a snap. Hands off to DeWalt. Up the middle. Marshad breaks a couple tackles and he's in. Touchdown Wolves. Marshad DeWalt, 5-yard touchdown run. Puts the Wolves on the board and gives them the lead. 6-0, pending the extra point.
Great fight by Marshad DeWalt. There were several men trying to get on him. He just pushed right through. He's definitely a very hard hitter, and he's fast. He's not going to be brought down. No one's going to hold him back from that touchdown.
Very tough to bring down Marshad DeWalt. He's a 5'5", 234-pound junior. So the lineup for the extra point. The snap. Kick is up. And it is good. And the Wolves take the lead 7-0.
With 7 minutes left in the first quarter.
On a 5-yard touchdown run from Marshad DeWalt. That's his 5th touchdown of the season. That leads the Wolves. Something that we did not get to hear the last time, Siobhan, the SK fight song, as we were shut out against Bellarmine a couple of weeks ago, 31-0.
I'm sure everyone's very excited to hear it.
Very happy to hear the fight song. Got this crowd fired up, the team's fired up. South Kitsap out of the gate looking really good. They've run a couple of play actions that have kind of caught Yelm off balance. Over pursuing a little bit. And then this time they didn't play action, handed it to Marshad DeWalt up the gut. He breaks a couple tackles and stumbles in from 5 yards out. So South Kitsap's set to kick off now.
So we saw just there the cheerleaders doing their push-ups for a touchdown. Every touchdown they get, they do 10 push-ups. So we'll see, hopefully cheerleaders can get much more of a workout this game than last game.
Yeah, let's hope. We're off to a good start. Keys Metzelaar set now to kick off for the Wolves. And here we go. Kick up to the up back. Takes it up the middle. Looking for a seam. Can't find anywhere. Brought down.
Looks like about the 25-yard line.
25 by, looks like that was Marcus Burns on that one. So not a bad kick for the Wolves. Give Yelm a 1st and 10 at about the 25-yard line.
On the return, tacklers Braden Maynard and Marcus
Braden Maynard also on the tackle on that one.
And the Tornadoes take over on the 25-yard line.
So here come the Tornadoes on their second drive. First drive got a couple first downs, but it stalled out. And then the overshot on the punter. So Quentin Buck under center. Takes the handoff to the outside. That's
23, Aaron Rivera.
And he gets nowhere, slips and taken down. He might have even lost a yard. See where they spot it. Just got back to the line of scrimmage, looks like.
It's 2nd and 10.
So the Tornadoes will come to a hurry up. 2nd and 10 now. Buck under center. Takes the handoff, pitches out to Rivera. Out to the outside, breaks the tackle and down after about a
7-yard gain?
7-8 yards probably.
7-8 yards.
Aaron Rivera again, the ball carrier. He's
See where they spot
the
this.
30 out near the 33-yard line.
Out to about the 33-yard line. So, yeah, he's going to be about 2 yards short.
Sean Pepper,
3rd and 2.
on the
Again,
tackle for the
Yelm hustling to the line. Buck under center again.
Wolves. It's 3rd and 3.
Wishbone formation. Fakes the handoff, rolls to the outside, and he's hit. Did he get across? Looks like he may have just gotten across with a second effort. Came out of the wishbone that time. Faked the handoff, took it himself
He's tackled by number
to the
24,
outside.
Lee Kalima.
Lee Kalima in on the stop. But he did get the first, so that'll give the Yelm Tornadoes a 1st and 10 from about the 35-yard line. Tornadoes break the huddle. Again, Buck under center, I formation. Pitch to the outside, takes it to his left. Got a blocker in front, gets it to the outside.
Taken down by Corey Bell, number 25.
That pitch goes to number 82, Caleb Smith.
And that's going to be another 1st down for Yelm. About a 12-yard gain on the play. Takes him to about the 46-yard line.
Good play, good for a 1st down.
Again, Yelm, no huddle. Takes the snap. Pitches to the outside, cuts back in. Taken down for about probably a 2-yard gain. That was number 32. With the carry. Sorry, I can't give you a name. He's not listed on the roster that I have. So Tornadoes come up with a 2nd and 9 now. Takes the handoff up the middle. Ball's on the ground. Fumble! And Raymond Morin picks it up, and he's going the other way. Stiff arm takes it all the way down to the 25-yard line. Raymond Marin with the fumble recovery.
Driven out by number 5, Quentin Buck.
Raymond Morin is a phenomenal player. He's plays on offense and defense, and this is his 1st fumble recovery, I believe.
Couldn't tell who hit him to force that fumble on Quentin Buck. But that popped right up into Raymond Marin's hands, and he took off running with it. So again, South will start off 1st and 10 in Yelm territory at about the 30-yard line. Outstanding field position once again. South drove a short field last time and got a touchdown. They'll line up, try to do it again. Cooper Canton under center. Takes a snap. Pitch out 21. Terrell Bell looking for some running room to the outside. Turns the corner. No room to run for Terrell Bell.
He's stopped by number 42, Cody Burke.
Looks like he got just about back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Wolves.
This will be South's last home game until homecoming. So we've got a great crowd coming in for this game before the homecoming game.
Kent takes a snap, looks to throw, and he throws, almost intercepted.
Almost picked off by number 42, Cody Burke.
Brayden Maynard, the intended receiver.
Looks like that one might have slipped coming out of Coop's hands. Burke jumped right in front of that pass, almost intercepted it. That would have been bad news for the Wolves because that was a short pass. So that'll bring up 3rd and 7 now for the Wolves. Canton under center, two-man backfield, DeWalt and Taro Bell. We've got a timeout, South Kitsap. So Eric Canton wants to make sure we're all on the same page here. About 3:56 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Wolves.
Making sure the boys got their head in the game with all of the excitement right at the start. I'm sure that they're all definitely have the adrenaline pumping through them. They got to give them a little bit of time. Smart time. I believe it's smart timeout by Coach Canton.
Yeah, this is a big play right now. I mean, you got the momentum going your way. You get a big turnover like that. You want to put something on the board and put some real pressure on the Tornadoes. They kind of get a little victory here themselves if they can hold us here. But this could be 4-down territory too. We're kind of deep into their territory. We may not even try a punt from this distance. We might go for it for two downs. You got two downs to make 7 yards. Don't have to get it all here. Get a nice 5-6 yard play right here. We'll see what Coach Canton comes up with. Got an I formation. Cooper Canton under center. Takes the snap. Hands off to Bell to the outside. Cuts back to the inside. Great move to the inside. Breaks the tackle. And he is in there.
For the touchdown.
Taro Bell. Great run by Taro Bell. Broke a couple tackles on the play.
He seemed like he was not going to be destined to be getting into the end zone.
We've got a Yelm player down on the field, about a 25-yard line.
That run, 27 yards.
So as the Yelm trainers tend to their injured player, the Wolves prepare to kick their extra point. Looks like maybe his back. Still can't get a number on him, but they're working on his lower back. Always hate to see a player down.
In any game you play, you only want sportsmanship. It's never, no matter who's playing on which side of the field, you never want to see a player down. It's
South Kitsap trainers also out helping him.
South Kitsap here has a great athletic medicine program. They really support the players and know what they're doing.
That's number 42, Cody Burke. Sorry, Siobhan. That's 42, Cody Burke, the injured player.
One of the captains.
And we've called his name a couple times tonight, so yeah, that could be a big loss for them. It looks like he's back on his feet. Looks like he's going to walk off the field on his own. So always like to see that. And the South fans give him a big round of applause for his effort tonight so far. And he is walking off on his own, so hopefully that's not too serious an injury for Mr. Burke. Yeah, South Kitsap Athletic Medicine, I believe, took third in their athletic medicine tournament last year.
They placed every year, almost except for one in the last 10 years, so they're definitely well-renowned.
So number 96, Nolan Souza, on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. South Kitsap takes the lead 14-0 here in the first quarter. 3:44 to go. South with a 2-touchdown lead. And that's what you got to do on these short fields.
Mm-hmm. All it takes is a botched punt and a turnover, and you're 14 and up.
One of the keys that Coach Canton was talking about was getting those turnovers. And when you get a special teams miscue and you capitalize on it, then you get a fumble recovery and you capitalize on it. This is the South Kitsap football team we're used to seeing. They are coming out with some fire, playing with a lot of attitude tonight. I mean, you would never guess that this team is sitting at 1-4 the way they're playing. They came out ready for business tonight. That's a big attribution to the coaches. I mean,
and it really tells you the difference between none of the games before. They haven't had any turnovers. Now they've had 2, and that's all it takes to help you win football games.
Absolutely. Now, Coach Canton and his staff is not going to let these guys just give up on the season. We've got pride to play for. SK Pride has been a big thing. All set for the kickoff now. Kick is up and fielded at about the 11-yard line. Up the middle and hit hard by Braden Maynard.
Looks to be taken down right around the 20-yard line.
So that'll set up the Tornadoes with a 1st and 10.
Receiver is Victor Munoz that took the punt.
Braden Maynard with a big hit there, too. Maynard, a 6'1", 170 junior. Nice little stick there. So Tornadoes got their play, breaking huddle. Wolves defense looking ready as they go back to work. So far, Yelm with 3 series and have no points to show for it. Had a couple of drives, started the drive a little bit. Quentin Buck now, back under center. Takes a snap, hands off, out to the left, got a blocker, cuts a hole, cuts back to the inside, tripped up and taken down at about the 35-yard line.
Aaron Rivera on that carry.
Aaron Rivera looks like he's got a cast on his left arm.
It's first down for the Yelm Tornadoes.
It really makes it difficult for a running back to hold on to the football when you got a cast on your arm. But
Doesn't seem to stop him from getting carries, though,
so far.
and getting first downs.
All right, Buck under center, takes the snap, hands off, takes to the left, cuts back to the inside. Small gain this time. Short gain.
Looks to be about 3 yards, 4 yards.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3. We're setting up at about a 2nd and 8. Again, going no huddle, Tornadoes. Under center, hands off, up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets in the open field and taken down after a 1st down gain.
Taken down by, it's like Kyle Carpenter.
Number 8, Kyle Carpenter, senior captain. And he saved one there. If he wouldn't have got him, I think he might have gone. Nice open field tackle by Carpenter. So just about midfield now for the Tornadoes. Hands off again, up the middle. Raymond Marin, big hit after about a 2-yard gain. And they have now come into South Kitsap territory.
About 5 yards. It's second 5 to 45.
So it's about a 5-yard gain. That'll give him a 2nd 5 from the 45. Handoff, end around, taking it to the outside, cuts back to the inside, puts his shoulder down, gets an extra yard out of that. Like Corey Bell on the tackle. Took a lick on that.
Tornadoes look to be short of the 1st down.
And they are, 3rd and 1. Big stop here the Wolves are looking for. Under center. Takes the handoff, tucks it up the middle. Gets the 1st down. Raymond Marin with the tackle.
Pulling him back on that drive.
But the Tornadoes will move the chains once again.
Raymond Marin, the ball, tackling the ball carrier as he crosses over the 40, call it the 37, for a 1st down.
So Buck got a shotgun this time, takes a snap, drops back, looking to throw.
He's in trouble. Marshall DeWall
Rolls
after
down, takes
him.
it on his own.
Quentin Burke on the keeper.
It's about a 2-yard gain, maybe. Marcus Burke.
He's hauled down by Cody Wilson.
Oh, pardon me,
About the
55. Cody
45-yard
Wilson
line.
with the tackle.
It's 2nd and 8.
And again, Yelm hurries to the line. Again from the shotgun.
Handoff to 32.
Oh, he kept it.
Oh, no.
Fake handoff, keeps it because of the outside. Oh, Burke almost came from behind and stripped that. There is a flag on the play after the keeper.
Faked out even me.
Another flag. That's a read option play. He kept that ball into the running back's gut there for a while and pulled it out last second. So we've got a flag on the play. Ref's talking it over. Let's see what we got. Marcus Burke trailed that play, threw a big tomahawk down on the ball. So we've got holding against the Tornadoes and a hit to the helmet.
Those plays negate each other.
Offsetting penalties.
Got an offsetting penalties now. bring back up again, 2nd and 8. From just about the 35-yard line of South Kitsap. Really cracking down on the leading with the helmets this year. Pretty much at every level. All right, so they're set back up under center. Fakes the handoff, rolls out, throws off balance. Nice catch.
That pass is complete at the 33-yard line.
That's number 6, Bo Campbell on the receive line.
Nice catch by Campbell there as Buck was under some distress there. Had to throw that pass off balance. Short gain. 3rd and 6. Winding down about 25 seconds left in the first quarter.
Not surprised at all. Tornadoes are doing no huddle. They want to get some points in this first quarter.
Snap up.
Penalty on the play.
Looks like we're going to have another false start. Oh, no, it is a timeout. The Tornadoes take a timeout with about 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. Wolves lead at 14-0 after rushing touchdowns by Marshad DeWalt and Taro Bell.
Wolves and the Tornadoes now have 2 timeouts apiece.
They must have saw something they didn't like because the Tornadoes were up at the line and had snapped the ball just a split second after the coaches called the timeout. Always a good sign on defense when you make a team burn a timeout when they didn't need to or didn't have to. That could come back to hurt them later in the half if they're needing some timeouts and trying to get some sustained drives.
That is true if they're in the same position at the end of the second half, and they won't have that timeout they burned in the first.
All right, so the Tornadoes come back out. Looking at a 3rd and about 6 from the 33 of South. I formation. Buck under center. Takes the snap.
Hand off to 32.
Hands off to 32 again, and he is tackled. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Still looking at probably about a 4th and 6 now. And that's going to do it for the first quarter.
Led by Raymond Marin.
Raymond Marin with the tackle in the backfield. That's exactly what South needed there. 4th and 5. Looks like the Tornadoes are set up to go for it, but they're going to have to go from the other side of the field now. As we go into the second quarter, at the end of 1, it's the South Kitsap Wolves 14 and the Yelm Tornadoes nothing.
Great first half by South Kitsap on either side of the ball, defense and offense, making turnovers and making touchdowns.
Yeah, you got to convert. That was one thing. We talked about at the Bellarmine game. We had a couple of nice drives and just couldn't get any points out of it. This time, South are finishing the drives, and not only finishing with points, they're finishing with touchdowns, and that's how you win football games. So big 4th down coming up here for the Yelm Tornadoes. If South can stop them here, get some offense going the other way. We've moved the ball really well so far. Mixing in some passes, had some play actions. I like the play calling so far, South. Very aggressive. So all set, 4th and 5 from the 32-yard line of South. Great first quarter for South Kitsap. Trying to get that momentum going here for South. If they can get a stop here and take over on downs, huge momentum swing again into South's favor. And that's really going to have to be frustrating for the Tornadoes if they can hold here.
Yeah. South Kitsap will, if they can stop here, they'll recover with great field position and hopefully take advantage of it again like they did in the first quarter.
32 is 4th and 5.
Now, Coach had talked about getting some sustained drives, and the offense has been doing that. We had some short fields, but they've been using some clock. That first quarter went by pretty quick. All right, they've got the ball spotted, and here go the Tornadoes. 4th and 5 from the 32. Wolves looking for a big stop. Buck takes it, pitches out to 32, hitting the backfield and taken down.
Taken down by Cody Wilson.
In the backfield. Huge hit. takes down number 32 again. I do not have a name for. I apologize for that, but he's not listed on our roster. Oh, is there a flag on the play? There is a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is here.
This could potentially be
Face mask against the defense. Oh, and just a
heartbreaker for South.
absolutely wow. Got a big 4th down stop. Big loss of yardage.
And that will give Yelm another 1st down.
That will continue the drive. My goodness.
And now they'll be right up against South's red zone.
Yeah, that should be a 15-yarder.
Face mask penalty assessed against the Wolves.
Oh, that's a 5-yard face mask call.
Seems to be some confusion on the field.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion on the field. There was no penalty marked off, so they're just replaying the down. 4th and 5 from the 32. A little confused on a face mask and not moving any yards, but I'll take it. Oh, whistle blows the play dead again. And it's going to be a timeout for South Kitsap this time.
Timeout Yelm.
Defensive coaches must have saw something that they didn't want to see. Pardon me, it was Yelm. It was Yelm with a timeout. So again, the defense came up with something that either Yelm didn't want to see or had not seen yet.
Another very important down for Yelm and important for the Wolves. If they can hold them again and continue their great field position. And of course, Yelm wants to keep moving that ball and finally get a touchdown on the field.
Boy, another timeout from Yelm leaves them with one with almost the entire second quarter still to go.
Only 15 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
Well, that have been taken off the clock.
Yeah, that's a pretty big timeout. But this is a very pivotal play, so they definitely want to make sure that they are on the same page here. This is a big play for both sides. Even more so for Yelm. So we come out of the timeout. Quentin Buck under center. I formation. Oh. Looks like we've got a false start against Yelm. We'll back them up 5 more yards. And they are changing personnel. They may come out and punt now. They might try to punt and push the Wolves back in their goal line.
You know, Steve, I finally did find out who that famous number 32 is. That's Brandon Thompson, one of their actual captains that somehow missed all of everyone's records, but now we know who he is. We can say his name. He's Brandon Thompson. Marcus Burke throwing long. And it's going to be intercepted.
Number 24, is that Lee Kalima?
Yes, it is.
With the interception. Great interception, too, over his shoulder. Catch.
This is going to be great for South. Keeping Yelm from that touchdown will be a great start for the second quarter.
32, Brandon Thompson is the freshman running back for Yelm, and he's one of their star players. I'm kind of surprised how he got left off the roster. So we had a flag on the play, declined by the Wolves. They'll take the result, which was the Kalima interception. Caught it about a 10-yard line and then slipped, so he was down there. So about the equivalent really of a punt, but that is the first interception of the season, not only by Kalima, but by the South Kitsap defense. 5 games in. Hard to believe, but they get their first pick of the year, and what a nice one it was, and a great time for it. Stopping the Yelm drive.
That is true, and you can just see the South Kitsap boys are taking Coach Canton's advice, and they're getting those turnovers.
All right, Canton under center, pitches it out, 35, Marcus Burke looking for some running room on the outside, can't get there.
Correction, Steve, that's Corey Bell, number 25.
Oh, 25, sorry. Looks like he gained a couple. Got about 3 out of that one, bring up a second and 7.
He's after about 3 yards. He's driven out of bounds by Peter Finley.
Looks like the Wolves are coming out of the huddles a little bit quicker than usual as well. Trying to push the pace a little bit. Cooper Canton now. Under center. Marshad DeWalt lone back. Canton drops back. Throws in a flat. He's got Braden Maynard for a big gain. Caught from behind.
Taken to about the 27-yard line.
27, yeah, probably 27, 28-yard line.
Braden Maynard on the reception.
15-yard pass for Cooper Canton to Braden Maynard for a Wolves first down. Nice throw and run. Take a look at the replay here real quick. The Lee Kalima interception. Nice over-the-shoulder catch by Kalima.
It's celebration already on the field.
So Canton under center. Hands off, up the middle, big hole up the middle.
Corey
And
Bell,
breaking tackles. My goodness.
he's going to be close to the first down marker.
Oh, he has got a first down. It looks like he's about 12, 13 yards in. Is that Corey Bell, 25? Nice run. Going back to the Lee Kalima interception, I don't mean to take anything away from him, but if he would have just knocked that down, we'd have had a little better field position. But hey, you know, when you're out there in the heat and you see a pass coming up, you're going to bring it in. And I don't blame him for that. So the Wolves break huddle. I formation, Cooper Canton under center. Marshad DeWalt and Corey Bell. Hands off to Bell again, off to the left side, finds another hole,
Crazy
breaks
gap.
the tackle, up the middle, stiff arm, still on his feet.
He's going to be
Pushes
taken to
all the way down.
looks like the 42, 43-yard line.
Wow, oh, we got a penalty after the play, it looks like. It's like little extracurricular activity going on down there. But Corey Bell with another big run, really sparking this South Kitsap offense. This is South Kitsap football. Running the ball, making the cuts, making the blocks.
It's great to see South Kitsap back in the game. They had to do a lot of regrouping because a lot of their star players last year were seniors, so it's gone back to a pretty young team.
Personal foul against South Kitsap.
Preliminary signals of that personal foul against the Wolves.
So that was after the play. So it'll probably pretty much negate Bell's run.
We see our crowd now decked out in pink. It is our big breast cancer awareness. All of the fans are supposed to wear pink today to the game, and looks like they are doing well.
A lot of support down there for Breast Cancer Awareness Month here at South Kitsap.
It's first down Wolves for 48 after the penalty.
So that'll back them back up to about the 48-yard line, the South Kitsap 48-yard line after the 15-yard personal foul penalty assessed against the Wolves. I formation again, Canton under center. Takes the snap. Hands off deep back again. Again, Corey Bell to the outside. He's got some running room and a block.
He's at the 25, 20.
And knocked out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. Great run by Corey Bell.
Down to the 16-yard line, pushed out of bounds.
No flags on the play, and that will move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 16. Corey Bell. Nice run to the outside. Got a couple nice blocks. Made a nice cut. And the Wolves are driving again.
Wolves have been doing really great on the gap, on recognizing the gaps in the defense and running right through them. Corey Bell with Marshad blocking right in front of him. It's a great combination.
This line is making some holes today. So again, I formation. Cooper Canton under center. Takes the snap. Hands off to Bell again. Goes to the outside. Cuts back to the inside. He's got some room.
20,
Nobody's
15.
going to catch him. Touchdown. Corey Bell, 16-yard touchdown run.
16 yards for the score.
No flags on the play.
Corey
That
Bell.
will stand. And the Wolves lead it now 20-0 here with about 9 minutes, 18 seconds left in the half.
It's got to be great to feel Corey Bell. He led the team definitely down on that drive, carrying it, most of the carries. So great to see him get the touchdown.
He went to the left. There was nothing there. He came back to the right, and it was wide open, and he's got some wheels. He kicked those jets, and he went untouched, basically 16 yards into the end zone. Even started a little hot dog trot there at about the 5-yard line. So set up for the extra point now. The snap, the kick, and it is good. South Kitsap leads 21-0 here in the second quarter. And they are fired up.
9:18 left in the half. I'm sure defense is really ready to take that field again, continue their domination.
Yeah, you know, when everything is going your way, when you're on offense, defense, whatever, you cannot wait to get back on the field and make something happen. And boy, I tell you what, this is really only the second game I've seen so far from South this year, but what a difference between 2 weeks ago and today. These guys have come out with some fire. The Yelm team, maybe not quite as big as Bellarmine was a couple of weeks ago, but still bigger
Definitely
than South.
a formidable squad.
They were 3-1 and rolled a couple of pretty decent teams before getting tripped up by Central last week, and maybe they got a little hangover from that hiccup last week. They were favored against Central Kitsap at home, and Central Kitsap ended up beating them.
I'm sure the boys would really enjoy having a win on this weekend. We've got our 3-day weekend, no school on Monday for Columbus Day. I think sure everyone would enjoy some celebration if the South can pull out a big win.
Yeah, a little momentum going into the homecoming game.
All
right, here we go, kick them off. Kicks up, fielded by number 45 of Yelm. Takes it to the outside. He's got a hole.
Brandon Rochester.
Again to the outside, taken down, and Corey Bell catches him at about the 47-yard line.
Number 45, Brandon Rochester.
And another play after the penalty.
Flag on the field.
Corey did hit him a little high. I wonder if he got a face mask or if he got some of the helmet.
Rochester returning out to the 50-yard line.
Unsportsmanlike against the Wolves. Yeah, I think Corey Bell got the face mask. Yeah, he did hit him a little high.
It's always good to see your defense playing aggressive, but got to not get those flags. So what hurts the team is penalties.
So a pretty good run back is going to be helped out by a 15-yard face mask penalty. That will take the ball down to the 35-yard line of the Wolves.
After the assessment of the penalty, it's first down.
So Yelm gets to play with a short field, taking over to South Kitsap 35-yard line. They're up to the line quick, and South Kitsap calls their second timeout. Each team now with one timeout remaining in the half.
9 minutes, 6 seconds left. Quite a bit of time for only one timeout apiece.
South playing against the short field now. So I'm pretty sure the defensive coordinators want to make sure that they don't want to give up any big plays here. Kind of the bend, don't break that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago. You know, we can give them a couple yards here. We just don't want to give up anything big. Got a 3-touchdown lead now, so we don't have to be overly aggressive and be silly here and give up something big. Let's make these guys earn it.
You are so right, Steve. It would be great morale to go in without any scores, but it's better to remember to play all the way through.
Absolutely.
Yelm taking the field again.
And Buck under center. Takes a snap. Hands off to Rivera up the middle. Gets a little bit to the outside.
Looks like he's got about 5 yards on the play.
Drags a couple of South would-be tacklers with him. Strong run by Rivera there. Gives him about 5 yards. Second and
Aaron
5.
Rivera, the ball carrier.
Rivera sitting at 5'10", 175
About
pounds.
5 yards.
He looks bigger than that to me. I don't know if he's just got some large legs on him or if he's. But
He's definitely much taller than our running back, than Wolves running back, Marshad DeWalt, which makes him definitely look much bigger. But he is lighter than Marshad, so he's not as such of a power hitter.
So Buck back under center now. Fakes the end around, rolls out to his left, got some room, looking for receiver, holds it
Take it out with
himself.
his legs. Dragged down by Braden Maynard, number 6.
Braden Maynard takes him down. Looks like he's going to be short of the first down. We've got an injured Yelm player on the field as the athletic medicine team comes out to attend. Looks like they're working on his right leg.
The penalty on the play.
The way he's gripping his face mask, he's definitely in some pain, but he's going to tough it up, get back to his feet.
That's number 6, Bo Campbell.
Bo Campbell, and he hustles off the field, so he just got a quick cramp. I don't know what happened to him there, but he's up and off. Good to see him run off the field, so he should be back in the game in just a little bit.
No penalty on the field, though, so looks like Yelm will be held away.
There was a penalty on the field.
Correction.
Looks like there was a hold. So 2nd and 5 from the 32. Quentin Buck under center again. Senior quarterback, first year quarterbacking. Pitch to the outside, that's Aaron Rivera again. He's got some running room, cuts back to the inside, taken down.
Looks to be about the 15-yard line, but there is a flag on the play.
Looks like Mason Bradley in on the tackle there. Looks like he might be shaken up a little bit.
Mason Bradley, Lee Kalima, penalty on the play.
27, Jashawn Booker holding his arm. One of South's captains and leading tacklers. We've got a holding against the defense, holding on South. I would imagine that Yelm will decline this penalty, take the result of the play, which was the first down.
Depending on this flag, Yelm will come back at about the 15-yard line with 8 minutes left in the half. Yelm moving those chains. South Kitsap backed right up against their.
Yeah, looks like they've got a 1st and goal from just about the 10 or just inside the 10. South defense looking for a big stand here. Buck under center. Hands off, end around. Looking for some run room on the outside. Cuts it back to the inside.
Lee Kalima tried to get a handle on him. He broke that.
Breaks a tackle, and Mason Bradley ends up bringing him down
Brandon
after the
Thompson,
game.
the ball carrier, he's down to the 5-yard line.
Takes him down to about the 5-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and goal from the 5. Takes the snap.
Hands off to Thompson.
Brandon Thompson stacked up.
Looks to be short of the touchdown, though.
No signal as of yet. No, he's short. He is short. Looks like he's got to about the 1-yard line, maybe.
Brandon
A
Thompson,
3rd and goal from the 1.
A lot of pressure on South right now. 3rd and short with a touchdown on the line. This is
Quick out of the huddle again. And whistle stops the play. And we've got a timeout. South Kitsap takes their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
with 7:05 left to go.
3rd and goal from the 1. South will put up their goal line defense to see if they can hold. I would imagine being down by 3 touchdowns, I would guess that this may be 4-down territory for Tornadoes. Trying to get back into this thing.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if they were trying to make sure they get points, make sure that they have enough strength, the defense especially have enough strength to finish out and hopefully come up with some more points. If anything, Yelm is going to come away with points, I believe, because they're going to try to take a field goal if they don't get the touchdown, most likely, just to be able to put points on the board.
Yeah, it'll be decision time. But let's see what we can do on 3rd down.
That was a shot of Cooper and Marshad throwing the ball, keeping warm.
So Yelm breaks the huddle, putting Buck under center. Handoff, quarterback keeper up the middle. He is in. Touchdown, Tornadoes. Quentin Buck, quarterback sneak up the middle for 1-yard run. Puts the Tornadoes on the board. South leads now 21-6 pending the extra point.
You can hear the fans cheering their famous SK Power. Fans really get into every moment.
Yeah, great fans here at South Kitsap. So Marcus Shivers on. Pardon me, that's Vernon Parker for the extra point. It is good. And South Kitsap's lead cut to 14 points as they have a now 21-7 lead with 7 minutes to go here in the half.
You know, Steve, talking about the great fans here, a few weeks ago, Seahawks had made a record for decibels in their stadium. Well, at the Pep Assembly a couple weeks ago, the SK fans decided to try to see how high that they get loud. They got just over 100 decibels, which is not nearly as loud as Seahawks Stadium, but quite loud for just a high school.
And that's an enclosed place, so 100 decibels when you're completely enclosed is probably pretty equivalent to 100 and whatever the Seahawks got at their outdoor facility.
That is true. It's definitely loud. There's some great spirit by all the fans. And speaking of spirit, we've got, with our short week and homecoming at the end on Saturday, we've got our Spirit Week coming up this week. We start off Tuesday with Flotation Device Day.
Flotation Device Day.
Well, we're expecting a lot of rain, Steve. Don't want people to drown out there.
Well, it is Washington, and it is October, so I guess rain is probably a safe bet.
Wear your life jacket.
But not tonight. Got a great night for football here at South Kitsap Joe Knowles Field.
It's hard to tell, but it doesn't seem to be too overcast either.
Vernon Parker, a 5'11", 200-pound sophomore. That's a really big kicker. Oh, short pooch kick. Fair catch made by number 45. That's Dominic Vargas. Decided to play it safe.
40-yard line, I'd take it. It's a great field position.
Yeah, another great field position.
And with the punt so short, it's quickly defenders are right in your face, and they don't want to take a chance of anything to happen to the ball.
Yeah, he's even shorter than the up back, so he's probably not necessarily a hands guy. So it was a smart play for him. They don't want to take a chance on getting the turnover, absolutely. So the Wolves break huddle. Cooper Canton back under center. 2-back set. High formation. Canton hands off to
Bell.
Is that Corey Bell?
I believe it's Taro Bell.
Is it Taro Bell?
No, yeah, Taro Bell.
21, Taro Bell.
Got
Got back to about the line of scrimmage. Set up a 2nd and 10 now for the Wolves. 5-yard line. Number 77, Gabe Greisen, shaken up for the Tornadoes, able to help himself off the field without having any athletic med, but he was limping
Definitely
off.
didn't look easy.
So again, I formation for the Wolves. Cooper Canton under center. DeWalt and Taro Bell in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, rolls back, throws across the middle. He's got Logan Knowles first down.
Looks to be about the 47-yard line.
Logan Knowles have not, Wolves' leading receiver, have not called his number yet tonight. Good to see him getting involved in the offense. That'll move the chains, giving the Wolves a 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line.
Cooper Canton's 5th completion of the night.
As the Wolves break the huddle. Again, I formation. DeWalt and Terrell Bell in the backfield.
It's good to see the wide receivers getting into the game. It's been a lot of run.
Corey Bell up the middle, shakes a man, gets to the outside, cuts back to the inside, and takes the ball down to the 33-yard line. Big run from Corey Bell.
Corey Bell's a big fan of that stiff arm. Puts it out, and he can block quite a few tackles that way.
The Wolves' offensive line really opening some holes. Corey's going 5, 6, 7 yards before he's even touched, before he has to use that patented stiff arm of his.
Running the ball, putting it right through Yelm's throats. It's great technique. Just tire the defense out.
So 1st and 10 from the 33 for the Wolves. Again with the I formation. Canton hands it again to Bell up the middle, untouched for about 8 yards before he runs into some traffic and drives for probably 2 more. And he will move the chains. 10-yard gain, 10.5 yards for Corey Bell.
Ball will be spot right about the 22.5-yard line.
First down, Wolves.
Another first down by Corey Bell. He's calling his name a lot more than last game. Last home game, that is. Marshad was their leading. It's great to see them divvy out.
So Canton hands off again up the middle to Corey Bell, who dives ahead for about 3 yards.
Terrell Bell on that one.
Terrell.
It gets tough real easy when they're some of their biggest players both have the same last name.
And their numbers are so close. You'd think they would have changed numbers. One of them could have been 30-something, make it easier on us. So the Wolves continue the drive on the 19-yard line. 2nd and 7. Canton under center. Takes the snap again. Terrell Bell looking for some running room to the outside. Cuts back to the inside. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Takes it all the way to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolves. Terrell Bell. 19-yard touchdown run.
Phenomenal run, too.
Great run. Broke some tackles.
It looked like he was going to be stopped right at the 10-yard line and made it through.
Great run by Terrell Bell, and the Wolves offense, particularly the running game, just on fire today. I don't know what's gotten into the offensive line, but they are doing a fantastic job of opening some holes.
Certainly not complaining.
Absolutely not. Just a great job by the Wolves' undersized offensive line. Just doing a great job.
Corey Bell even had his jersey snagged on that play and didn't stop him.
So lined up for the extra point. It's up and good, and the Wolves answered. They answered a Tornadoes touchdown with one of their own, extend their lead back to 21 points with about 4 minutes to go. It's the South Kitsap Wolves 28 and the Yelm Tornadoes 7. This is the kind of offensive explosion we were really expecting to see out of South Kitsap here earlier in the season. It's been kind of missing for a few weeks.
We have been waiting all season, and it's a bummer to see it later in the season, but it's great to be able to see it now.
Well, like we talked about a couple of weeks ago, this is a young team. A lot of sophomores and juniors on this team. So this, at this point in the season, you're trying to build some momentum for next year. A lot of these guys are going to be coming back next year. Corey Bell, Cooper Canton, Marshad DeWalt,
Braden Maynard, Mason Bradley, Raymond Morin.
There's a lot of underclassmen on this team. And,
I feel like they're really going to hit their stride next year, and they're just doing
I think we're going to do a little preview.
Yeah.
What we're going to see next year. I'm really getting excited for. But, hey, we got a couple games left here. We want to finish strong here. Got homecoming next week. Definitely want to win your homecoming game. Makes the dance a lot more fun.
That is true. On homecoming day, we've got also the 5K fun run that fans can go to, and the PSATs.
Oh, that's always fun.
That's how I'm going to be spending my Saturday morning at 8 o'clock.
Takes the punt or the
Number
kickoff, excuse me.
45, Brandon
Takes-
Rochester takes the punt.
Takes it back off to the right, down to about the 36, 37-yard line. Decent field position for Yelm as they take over. About 3:53 left in the half. Tornadoes left with one timeout now. And 4 minutes. 4 minutes is a lot of time in a football game. Let's go to the half. They're running. They're probably going to stay with that no huddle. So Buck back under center. Hands off, ending around 32. That's Thompson again. Drugged down by number 56 of the Wolves. That's Tyler Pinkerton. Tyler Pinkerton, the 5'10", 210 linebacker, senior here at South Kitsap. Nice tackle from behind after a short gain of about 1. Again, some of the stuff Coach Canton was talking about, being able to first man, making a tackle. This time Pinkerton finishes it off.
It's really great to see all the boys taking the initiative and following through with their tackles.
All right, snap. Takes the pitch to Brandon Thompson this time, and he is hit hard. Number 41,
Brandon Thompson, the ball carrier.
Mikey Garcia.
Crossing the line of scrimmage by Mikey Garcia.
Just about at the line of scrimmage again. So we're looking at a 3rd and 9 now as we creep just inside of 3 minutes. Big stop here for the Wolves. If they can get this, they can get the ball back with just under 2 minutes. Try to put some more points on the board. Buck under center. Fakes the handoff. Rolls out to his right. Raymond Marin, Stephen tackle, can't find him. 87 on the tackle.
Chandler Van Amen.
Van Amen with a nice tackle down at about the 37-yard line. Bring up a 4th and 6, and that will force Yelm to have to punt. Big defensive stop for the Wolves there.
Talking about other school preparations, we also got coming up in the next few weeks, the student-led conferences.
Oh, boy. Good punt. Oh, Logan Knowles takes it at the 15, and he stumbles and is going to be stopped there at the 15-yard line. Nice punt. And it looks like there is another flag on the play. Illegal formation against Yelm will back them up. More than likely be accepted by the Wolves and back them up and have them kick again. That was a really good punt. Took us to the 15-yard line. Probably going to have him do it again, see if he can.
I always think it's great when they defer and decided to throw them again because all those defensive players, they've run all the way down the field. They're going to be tired, and whoever we've got sitting at the end to run back, they're going to be still on young legs. It's hardly ever that you don't get more points when you just decide to kick again.
Well, that's probably why we're not the coaches, because it looks like South is going to go ahead and accept, or not accepting, calling that penalty. Take the ball from their own 15 with about 1:50 to go.
I am just the commentator. Sure, Coach Canton, Wolves are in good hands.
Yeah, not a bad play. I mean, there's so many other things that could run. They could shank it, or he could even kick a better one, or, we could fumble it. There's all kind of things that could happen. So I think Coach said, you know what?
Trying to be safe.
We got 1:50 to go in the half. We got a 3-touchdown lead.
With them being close, definitely on their half of the field. Don't want to take any chances. I'm sure they'll probably run the ball for the rest of the game and just finish out strong. No big definitely don't want to make any mistakes here. No mistakes.
So Canton hands off to Marshad DeWalt's got some running room to the outside, cuts it back, and he's still rolling on his feet all the way down. Just short of 30.
28.
Marshad DeWalt. 15-yard gain. Wolves hurry back up to the line. Canton drops back and throws. Oh, looks a little miscommunication there with Logan Knowles.
Didn't seem to be anybody in a very close vicinity.
Yeah, I think Knowles and Canton were not on the same page there. Looks like Cooper threw the out, and Knowles ran the up. So nothing hurt. Stop the clock. Got 2nd and 10 now. Yelm's only got 1 timeout left. So as long as South doesn't stop the clock too much here, they should not give Yelm much of any time, if any, to put anything together at the end of the half. Canton again drops back. This time he hits Knowles over there. Slips again. After about looks like probably an 8 or 9 yard gain. We're to about the 37-yard line.
Steve, even with the great lead, I'm sure that Coach Canton wants to take advantage of every bit of time that's left. They'd love to move farther down the field.
Absolutely.
Maybe get even more points.
Going deep. He's got a man. Pass broken up, but there is a flag on the play.
Intended for Marcus Burns. Covered by 84, Caleb Harris.
I don't know that the defense got their heads turned around on that. This could be a defensive pass interference. And with just under a minute left in the half, and it is pass interference, that's going to be a first down for the Wolves. Big break for South Kitsap there. The ball was a little bit underthrown.
But all it takes for the defense not to turn their heads, not to be watching the ball, and they'll get called almost every time. You see it in all level of playing.
Absolutely. Marcus Burns had to come back for it. He had his defenders beat, so when he came back, they couldn't get their heads around. Contact was made, and the penalty was called. So the Wolves take over 1st and 10 now from the Yelm 49. Just under a minute to go in the half. I formation again. Canton under center. Takes a snap. He's got the pitch. Takes it to the outside. That's Corey Bell breaking another tackle. And he's got another run. Breaks it, cuts it back to the inside. Nobody's going to catch him. Bell takes it all the way in from the 49-yard line.
Incredible play.
49-yard touchdown run for Corey Bell. They are just not able to bring him down. Takes it to all the way to the outside, breaks a tackle, cuts it back in, goes all the way across the grain, all the way across the field. 49-yard touchdown run for Corey Bell.
And that puts Corey Bell well over 100 rushing yards for this game, already in just the first half.
In the first half. So South Kitsap extends their lead 34-7, pending the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick blocked. The kick is blocked, and that's about the only thing that has not gone right for South Kitsap tonight. So with about 45 seconds left in the half, it's the Wolves 34 and the Tornadoes 7. Let's take a look at that again. Look at this run by Corey Bell. Sweeps it to his right, breaks the tackle there, breaks 2 tackles, tiptoes the sideline, gets a block, cuts back to the inside, and you are not going to catch this guy in the open field. Number 45, Brennan Rochester, gave it all he could, but Corey Bell just too fast.
Second touchdown on the game in this first half. Amazing effort by the young man.
That's his second of the half, his third of the season.
Corey Bell, just a sophomore as well.
Corey Bell, a 5'11", 170 sophomore. He is really going to be exciting to watch the next couple of years. I'm really looking forward to a lot of these players in the next couple of years. Just a solid group of young kids in this squad.
And number 48, Jacob Rash.
It's all set to kick off once again. Keys Metzelaar. Whoa, looks like we might have had somebody get a little in front of the kicker that time.
And Steve, if you don't mind, I'll correct his name. He's got a very unusual name. It's Kees, but it's pronounced Case.
Case.
Case Metzelaar. He's also a very large fellow, well over 6 feet.
Procedure penalty assessed against the Wolves.
Yeah, he's a 6'2", 190 kicker. We got some pretty big kickers out here today between these two teams.
I personally think it's great to have such a big kicker because when you get into that a really long return and all you have is the kicker left in the backfield, great to be able to have a guy that can come in and really be able to tackle that guy or have a chance to.
Absolutely. So they'll back South up a couple yards.
Kicking from the 45-yard line.
35.
35, thank you.
Kicks off. Taken at about the 18-yard line. He's got some running room to the outside and taken down at just about the 40-yard line.
At the 15-yard line. He's out to the 40-yard line where it'll be first down Yelm.
Number 31, Joshua Franklin on the tackle.
And Josh Franklin.
So Yelm will take over on their own 40-yard line, about 36 seconds left. They've only got one timeout left, so if they're going to do something, they're going to have to do it quick. Buck from the shotgun. Quick hit out to number 23 in the flat. Cuts back in. Logan Knowles takes him down after about a 8-9-yard gain.
It's Rivera on the carry. It'll be just a question of where they spot it if you've got the first down or not.
Doesn't look like Yelm's going to call their timeout, so it looks like they are going to try to get maybe one more play off, and then that will probably take us to the half, barring a penalty or an incomplete. Buck throws across the middle, tipped and incomplete with about 5 seconds left.
Tanner Page, the intended receiver. Tyler Pinkerton on the coverage.
3rd and 2. Tyler Pinkerton there to break that one up.
5 seconds left. It's all a matter of going for it.
Buck's
Trying to get that pass.
Deep. And knocked down.
Just out of the hands.
Corey Bell. 25, Corey Bell knocks the pass down, so that will end the half. The Wolves lead it 34-7 over to Yelm Tornadoes. Great first half of the South Kitsap Wolves.
We've got, at the end of the first half, we've got 2 touchdowns by Taro Bell, 2 touchdowns by Corey Bell with over 120 yards rushing, and a touchdown by Marshad DeWalt. We've got plenty of turnovers by the defense. Great job. And for your halftime enjoyment tonight, let's look in on South Kitsap High School's marching band performance. This year's musical inspiration is the work of Sir Elton John. This will end the show for the first half, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, the South Kitsap High School Marching Band, under the direction of Gary Grams, presents tonight's halftime show. The show tonight is under the direction of Senior Drum Major Aaron Niles, Junior Drum Major Aaron Rogers, and Field Marshal Cheyenne Edwards. Tonight, they will be performing 3 of 4 song selections from their show, Sir Elton John, Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding, and Your Song, featuring senior soloist Soda Barkhurst. We would like to welcome ninth graders from Cedar Heights, John Sedgwick and Marcus Whitman Junior Highs, for marching with the band this year. Drum majors and band would like to thank the senior band members, section leaders, parents, and the South Kitsap School District for their dedication and hard work in supporting the band. Ladies and gentlemen, your halftime show.
In 1969, Dr. Gene Martin became the first person to identify the disease multiple sclerosis, and with this, he started his legacy, a fight to find a cure. Every year in the month of May, the MS Society hosts a fundraiser called the MS Walk. The MS Walk is held in many different places, but this one took place in Tacoma, Washington.
I am a walker, and we walk for my fiance's Aunt Rose, who has MS.
My name is Jean Farrell, and this is the Jean team.
Hi, I'm Steve Bates, and I am the Steve in Strides for Steve.
The money raised during these events comes from active walkers, MS patients, and even unanimous donators. All of these donations go towards funding for education, home care, financial assistance, and even research towards finding a cure.
Well, to me, it's an opportunity to raise money for a lot of people who can't even get themselves out of a chair.
If anything, it just brings everybody together to know that they're not alone.
I think the MS Walk is great education and resources for people. Plus, it's great to encourage everybody to come out and, support.
As some may know, multiple sclerosis is a highly debilitating disease. The disease has many symptoms due to it breaking down the immune system and nervous system of the patient. Symptoms like muscle spasms, seizures, vomiting, nausea, headaches, bladder problems, difficulty walking, and clumsiness or lack of coordination. But this is only a small list.
It affects my family and me a lot because I have 2 children and they're doing very well, but I've been sick all their life.
It affects us every day. Everything I do is MS is right there. Walking, everything. It affects my life in every way.
The lives of these patients may be very severely affected, but this is why they have the MS Walk. Now that you know a little bit more about the MS Walk, maybe you can come out to support too. The MS Walk does a fantastic job of providing hope for all of the sufferers of MS. We all walk for the same thing, a drive to finding a cure.
Did you know there's a giant island of garbage hundreds of miles across in the Pacific Ocean? All that trash is from rain runoff carrying it down to the main water sources. Wildlife such as oysters, harbor seals, salmon, birds, and even orca whales are affected by our pollution.
The question that's asked is what's polluting the Puget Sound? Mostly it's people and what they drop behind them and things that come down from the hillside. Everything that makes the land up above makes it to the water one way or the other. Boaters, but most of it is from just runoff and things that run off from the land and where people live and work.
The job of stopping this pollution and cleaning our waters is a big task. But on April 13th, community volunteers and Kitsap Trees and Shoreline Association put together a cleanup of the Sinclair Inlet. There were 3 locations of the cleanup: Port Orchard, Silverdale, and Bremerton. High school students from around these 3 areas played a key role in the cleanup. Human runoff is responsible for destroying salmon runs, diminishing aquatic habitats, and closing commercial shellfish beds.
Environmentally, it's not safe for our wildlife, fish, animals that live in the water or near the water, birds, all of those, and it's just not clean. And it can pollute, so we are trying to help all of those things.
People don't realize the Puget Sound is a resource vital to this region. Groups and companies such as Waste Management, Washington State University, Department of Transportation, and many more sponsored this cleanup and want to stop pollution of our waters. The students had a lot of fun cleaning the Sinclair Inlet. At the end of the day, they had bags full of trash, a few tires, and even a broken chair. Efforts like these can really make a difference in the lives of the wildlife of Puget Sound and the ecosystems they live in.
Wait, did you see them? Probably not. Make it easier for drivers to spot you in the morning by wearing something bright. Like this. Makes you look brighter. So come on, get your clothes on.
OMG, he's so cute.
Hey, what's up? Talking to this really cute guy that added me on Facebook. So wait, you actually don't know him? No, but he's like really cute and sweet. And he wants to hang out today.
Welcome back, Wolves fans. We're just about ready to start the second half. I'm Steve Dickey, along with SK High student Siobhan Fay. We've got some kind of unofficial stats for you as we were taking some notes. Right now, the South Kitsap Wolves lead the score 34-7 over the Yelm Tornadoes. Siobhan, how about some of the highlights from the first half?
Well, definitely Corey Bell has been dominating the run game. He's been finding gaps through the defense and just taking it, breaking tackles. He's been doing a great job. He's got roughly about 120, if not more, yards on just the first half and 2 touchdowns. Terrell Bell, he's also doing a great job. He's got 2 touchdowns. Marshad DeWalt, he's got about 35 yards to 40 yards on the half and a touchdown as well. We've got Cooper Canton with 5 completions. He's got hit some of the other great assets, Braden Maynard, Logan Knowles. They've been doing a great job. And defense has not been shabby at all. It's been doing a great job. They've got interceptions. They've got a fumble recovery. They've done a great job of getting good field position, sometimes way into Yelm territory. It's been really a South-dominated half.
Yeah, you know, they gave up the one short field. I mean, Yelm took over on, the 30-yard line. They had a short 30-yard drive, gave up a touchdown on it, but then came right back and answered it. And he went down and they scored a touchdown. I think the only thing that really has not gone South's way was the blocked extra point. I mean, they have played a great half of football, and that's why they're up 34-7. This is a rejuvenated football team.
It feels completely different than the rest of the game, the rest of the season. They've really took Coach Canton's his advice, what they've been preaching all week, and they've really put it into action. It's great to see that execution.
Absolutely. So the captains come back out to center of the field as we get ready to start the second half. Hoping to build on the momentum we had in the first half. Corey Bell with a 49-yard touchdown run with about 30 seconds left in the half to really put South in the driver's seat here. 34-7 as we begin the third quarter.
My only thing that the defense could possibly work on is they've gotten quite a few fouls. They've definitely part of what's been helping Yelm get those when it's 4 and out or 4 and short or 3 and short is South defense slips up. They get an unsportsmanlike where they have a very excessive amount of force used, and that turns over and gives them a first down. And that's definitely something that South really, the only thing that South is doing wrong at this point. But it's not hurting them definitely too much, as you can see by the score.
Yeah, they've had a couple of 15-yard personal fouls that have helped Yelm in their field position, and then they had the face mask on the fourth down stop by Cody Wilson. After they had a 4th and 5, Wilson caught him in the backfield and was called for the face mask, which continued that drive that they ended up scoring on. So, yeah, you're right. A couple of penalties on defense has really been the only hiccup so far, and maybe a little bit on special teams. I think we're giving them a few too many yards on the special teams, and we're getting some pretty good kicks, but they're getting some 20, 25-yard runbacks. And
Riviera and Thompson are doing a great job of, those are the running backs on Yelm, doing a great job of running down the field and being able to penetrate the south side.
Absolutely. All right, all set to start the kickoff here of the second half. South Kitsap will be kicking to the north end zone to the Yelm Tornadoes. Number 91, Case Metzelar. Sounds like the South Kitsap fans are getting pretty excited and fired up down there. Wolves giving them something to cheer about.
That is true.
For the first time in a few weeks.
There's always much better support in the second half when South is doing good. People don't want to miss out at all. They want to keep cheering on their boys, and that's really what they love to do. We've got plenty of events for the fans to come out and support the Wolves.
So here we go. Kick off the second half. Taking it about the 19-yard line. Come all the way across the field, looking for some running room. Turns upfield and taken down by number 6, Braden Maynard, at about the 25-yard line.
And we push down for the Tornadoes at the 30-yard line.
We can't see it on our screen, but Cody Wilson seems to be limping. He's running, but he is definitely labored coming off the field. Hopefully there's not too much going on with him.
Yeah, he's been in on a couple of tackles too. So Yelm will take over at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Handoff coming to the right side. Breaks a tackle. Trying to get some more running room and takes slung down by the jersey. Number 27, Deshaun Booker.
I believe the Buck actually kept it on that one. Number 5.
It was Buck. He did fake the handoff. One of his read option.
Hard hit on the quarterback.
And he loses a yard. So it's 2nd and 11 from the 29. Buck again. Rolling out to his left. Throws. Knocked down. Number 13. That's Mason Bradley. Knocks down the pass.
Not surprised at all with Mason Bradley sitting at 6'4". He's definitely got some great reach.
Yeah, you got to get one up to get one over over him. 6'4", and about 211 pounds. So 3rd and 11 now for Yelm. South looking for a big defensive stop to start the second half. Drop it straight back. Marin gives him pressure, and that is intercepted. Intercepted.
Carol Bell.
Deshaun Booker, 27.
That is a penalty on the play.
Number 27, Deshaun Booker. South Kitsap's second interception of the game.
Second interception of the season.
So a flag at the end of that play.
Preliminary signal blocking the back against the Wolves.
Blocking the back against the Wolves. I'm assuming that was on the return. So the interception will stand. Yes, illegal block on the Wolves. The interception does stand, but it will back them up a little bit, negate the run back.
And first down, Wolves.
So that'll give the Wolves a 1st and 10 on the Yelm 37-yard line. Cooper Canton under center, I formation. Canton takes a snap, drops straight back, looks to his left, throws deep. He's got a man just out of reach.
Looks to be
It's
Dylan
like
Garcia.
Yeah, Dylan Garcia, the intended receiver. Cooper shaking his arm a little bit. I don't know if he took a hit on that or. He had a man. Dylan Garcia was down there and alone.
Seemed to be just a little bit too far for him. Definitely got sprawled out trying to bring that ball in.
So now bring up 2nd and 10. Canton under center, takes a snap, drops straight back, quick hitter, out to the outside. He's got Garcia this time, trying to shake a tackle, gets up a couple of more yards. Takes it down to about the...
He's out of bounds. There's a penalty on the
There's
play.
a flag at the end of the play.
Looks to be about the 25-yard line.
Flag at the end of the play. We've seen a few flags come in after the play for some personal fouls.
Devontae Pearson out of bounds.
Illegal touch against the Wolves. Looks like Garcia must have gone out of bounds first and came back in. And you cannot be the first person to touch the ball if you've gone out of bounds. So that will negate a big pass play for the Wolves. You know, that's what you do when after you throw a long pass and you're having a little bit of trouble with the long pass. You get a couple of short passes, get the quarterback comfortable, get him in a rhythm, and then he can start launching a little bit.
But it's good to see Cooper still trying to go in to do passing. They've done a lot of running the first half, but he definitely has the ability. He has weapons out there that they can bring balls in. So it's great of him to keep trying to push that pass game.
Like the play calling, you know, mixing the plays up and kind of have Yelm on their heels. We've had some open receivers. Even if we missed them, they were open. We had some opportunities. So that'll back the Wolves up to their 42-yard line. Canton under center, I formation. Drops back, throws outside. He's got another man. Is that Logan Knowles with a nice catch. A couple of more yards after the catch.
Down to the 27-yard line.
Takes him down to about the 27-yard line, so about a 15-yard pass for Cooper Canton. To Logan Knowles. That'll move the chains, and that'll give the Wolves a first down at the 27-yard line. That pass a little bit deeper to the outside. Like I was saying, to start getting Cooper comfortable with the short passes and then start letting him air out a little bit. This time, Canton's out of the shotgun. Straight back, throws fake pumps, goes deep. He's got a man! Oh, just off the hands of number 6, Braden Maynard.
That one got your heart pumping a little bit, Steve. It looked like he almost had it.
On the coverage for Yelm Tornadoes.
That was thrown into single coverage. Braden Maynard did have a step, but not much room to get that football in there. Cooper did a good job of getting it over the defender but just off the hands, the back shoulder of Braden Maynard. Just off the pass, that would have been, or just off to his hands, it would have been a touchdown. But that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 now. Ball on the Wolves, or the Yelm, 27. I formation. And it looks like Yelm jumped, but we can see if they were drawn offsides, but I did see a lineman, interior lineman jump. So I don't know if we got a offsides on the defense or a false start. Let's see what the refs got to say. And that will be encroachment on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty, setting up a 2nd and 5 now for the Wolves. From the 22-yard line. And Yelm's had a couple of their own penalties that have hurt themselves this game.
That is true. Definitely not been a perfect game on either side.
But when you're down by 4 touchdowns, you can
easily lose sight of what is too far to go. You're trying to keep yourself in the game however you can.
So Canton under center. Again, hands off to DeWalt up the middle this time. Breaks the tackle, shakes to the outside. Marshad DeWalt, and he is in. Touchdown, Wolves.
Marshad DeWalt.
Another amazing play.
Marshad DeWalt, a 22-yard touchdown run. Puts the Wolves up 40-7. Just under 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and the Wolves have just picked up where they left off.
That is great to see. Plenty of block tackles in there. He is on, it seems all of the running backs are on fire. Corey Bell, Taro Bell, and Marshall DeWalt with now 2 touchdowns apiece.
Just kind of spreading the wealth today. I mean, that's what you got to do, too. You don't try to rely on one guy. You never know who's going to get the ball. So South lines up for the extra point. The snap, kick, up, and no good.
And the extra point is no good.
It looks like somebody might have got a piece of that one, too.
You know, Steve talking about spreading the wealth. It's really great to see because then defense has a harder time who they're going to defend, knowing which way they're going to go. And I think it's great job by Cooper Canton.
Absolutely. And Coop's getting off some good throws, and he's getting some time, things that has not happened much for the Wolves this year. You know, he's getting some time to throw. He's making some throws. He's overshot a couple of the longer passes. He's hitting the shorter passes. They're distributing the ball to all 3 running backs, and they've just got Yelm reeling here. They just cannot figure out how to stop him. They've scored a couple of touchdowns now. Marshad went straight up the gut on that one. And Bell had a big run that was straight up the middle, and they're going up the middle untouched for 5-6 yards, and then you're pushing one guy trying to tackle him in the open field, and that's extremely difficult to do with all of our running backs, but particularly Marshad DeWalt, who's 5'4" and about 235 pounds. I mean, he is a tough guy to bring down by yourself in the open field.
That low center of gravity, it's really hard to bring him down.
So the Wolves kick it off again. And that ball is going to be out of bounds.
Didn't seem to go into the end zone, so I don't think it'll be a touchback.
It will not be a touchback. Looks like it went out at about the 4-yard line.
Which is very good for the Wolves. Possibly another chance to have a great play on defense.
Another flag on the play.
Flag goes out of bounds, and Yelm take over on the 35-yard line.
So the ball going out of bounds, the Tornadoes, will take over on the 35-yard line. Kickoffs cannot go out of bounds. That is a penalty. They can go through the end zone, but they cannot go out of bounds. So that'll set up Yelm at the 35-yard line. Shotgun formation. Quick hitter to the outside. Looking for some running room. Gets to the outside, and he's brought down after about a 5-yard gain. Looks like number 6, Bo Campbell, taking the swing pass. About a 5-yard gain.
9:30 left in this quarter.
2nd and 5, shotgun.
Some pressure on the quarterback.
Bo Campbell, shakes a tackle. Can't shake the next one. Number 79.
Screen pass to Bo
It's
Campbell.
Forrest Bingham.
Good for no gain.
So no gain on that play. 3rd and 5.
And Deshaun Booker.
Deshaun Booker also in on that tackle. Forrest Bingham, a 6'2", 203-pound senior. Buck under center. Fakes the handoff, rolling, throws. He's got a man wide open at the 40. Hit, shakes a tackler. Brought down from behind by Logan Knowles and Corey Bell.
Broke a tackle from Kyle Carpenter.
So Yelm threatening now. That's probably their biggest play of the game. Nice pass there from Quentin Buck. Yelm back to their hurry up. 1st and 10 from the 25 of South Kitsap. Hands off to number 32, Brandon Thompson. Takes it ahead for about a 3-yard gain. Down to the South Kitsap 22-yard line. That'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's 2nd and 7.
As Yelm hurries to the line once again. Buck under center, I formation. Motion to his right. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, throws deep. He's got a man and overthrown. Incomplete.
Number 20, Colin Crown intended for that.
Number 80, Marcus Burns on the covering that play. Little bit overthrown. He had a step on Burns. He had a shot for that, just a little bit overthrown. You know, sometimes as a quarterback, when you see a guy that's got a step, you get a little bit excited, put a little bit too much on it. And I think that's kind of what's happened a little bit with both Canton and Buck tonight. So back under center. Oh, excuse me. He's in the shotgun. Read option. Takes it to the left side. Puts his shoulder down. Forrest Bingham and number 24, Li'i Kalima, in on the tackle after.
Buck on the keeper.
Buck definitely got close to that marker.
He is going to be short. It looks like it's 4th and inches. Coach Canton is way out on the field and does not like something. He does not look happy. I don't know if he's not happy about the spot. So they did adjust the spot a little bit. So it's going to be a 4th and about a half yard. South Kitsap takes a timeout. Their first of the half. 7:43 left. The Wolves 40 and the Yelm Tornadoes 7. South Kitsap defense looking for a big 4th down stop here. 4th and inches from the South Kitsap 15-yard line. Yelm's out of the huddle. See if they would. Last time they had a quarterback sneak on this one. Let's see if they can have Buck keep it again. Nope, hands off. Oh, and hit the backfield. Number 27, Deshaun Booker, stormed into the backfield, takes him down for a loss, and the Wolves will take over on downs. What a great defensive play by senior Deshaun Booker.
He immediately had the read on what was going on right there.
He knifed right through that line. Ball carrier didn't have a chance on that one. Booker got in there in a hurry. Textbook tackle, around the waist, drove him down.
Hard hit, and he immediately up and celebrating. Definitely great play for defense. Great turnover. With that pressure down the field.
This South Kitsap team is just rejuvenated. Wow. So they'll take over on the 19-yard line. Cooper Canton under center. Pitches out to number 21. It's Taro Bell. Breaks a tackle. Looking for some room and gets none. He will lose about 4 yards. Take him back to about the 15-yard line.
Taro Bell, the ball carrier.
Trying to stretch that play out a little bit, but just could not find any room.
Joseph Vaughn on the stop.
So the Wolves are looking at a long 2nd and 15 from their own 15-yard line. So South has come up with a couple of big 4th down stops. The one negated by the the face mask penalty. Yeah. This time no penalties. The Booker tackle. So 2nd and 14 for the Wolves. About the 15-yard line. And whistle and stop play. Oh. Ref dropped the flag. So we'll pick that back up and we'll resume play. Canton under center, I formation. It's got DeWalt and Bell in the backfield. Hand off to Taro Bell up the middle and caught again in the backfield.
Tech for even more of a loss.
Dropped at about the 14-yard line. So we're about a 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15 here. So 3rd and long here for the Wolves.
3rd and very long. It's going to be tough so close to their own end zone.
And we definitely want to get some yards, give Cooper Canton a little bit of breathing room if we do end up having to punt. Because we're going to set them up with some pretty good field position if we can't get a few yards out of this one. So Canton's out of the shotgun now. DeWalt and Bell back there with him. Canton takes a snap, throws to the outside. Number 31 breaks a tackle, takes it down, and he's got a 1st down.
Joshua Franklin.
Joshua Franklin takes it out to about the 32, 33-yard line. Joshua Franklin, his first catch of the game.
Great 1st down for South.
That's his 3rd catch of the season. So a little used weapon there for Cooper Canton.
But it's still good to know that he's continuing to hit different people.
Franklin, a 5'11", 170 senior. So Canton back under center. Hands to Marshad DeWalt, takes it up the middle, cuts back to the inside, break a tackle, dragging tacklers to about midfield.
It almost looked like he was going to get away on that one, just pull his foot loose.
Number 45, Brandon Rochester, had him by the ankle just long enough to get a little help from his teammates to bring down Marshad.
Brandon Rochester finally dragging him down at the 50-yard line, but it's another 1st and 10 for the Wolves.
About a 15-yard gain for Marshad DeWalt. So the Wolves have a 1st and 10 at about midfield. Canton under center. Oh. And we've got a false start. Looks like Raymond Marin got Lalancy back in the backfield. So we're going to have a false start on the Wolves. Back them up 5 yards.
You know, Steve, it is really great to see all of the yards after contact that South Kitsap gets. It seems every play, they're hit, they come away, and they come in with another 10 yards.
Absolutely. Seems like all the things that Coach Canton talked about he was looking for his team to do, Yelm is doing the absolute opposite, not making the tackles. We're happy for that. So Canton hands off to DeWalt again, got running room to the left side, takes it all the way down to the 30-yard line, carrying about 4 tacklers with him. It's about a 35-yard run for Marshad DeWalt.
That will put him over 100 yards this game.
So South with 2 running backs over 100 yards for the game and 6 touchdowns between the 3 running backs. Timeout, South Kitsap. Here's an instant replay on the long pass to number 31, Joshua Franklin on the outside, getting the big 1st down to keep the drive moving for the Wolves. So timeout Wolves, they've got 1 left now for the rest of the game. But when you're up by 5 touchdowns, I guess you don't need as many timeouts as you would if you were
don't necessarily get as nervous as being able to have to stop that clock. But, you never know what might happen in the fourth quarter, but South does seem to be sitting pretty currently.
There's a shot of those South Kitsap fans.
Decked out in their pink for breast
all their
cancer.
Pink going on. You know, I was trying to think of a little nickname for him. You know, Duke University, the basketball have the Cameron Crazies, they call them over there. I was trying to think of what I could call our South Kitsap fans, little South Psychos or something. The South Super fans. How about the South Super fans? All right, looks like we've got a new quarterback. Connor Reed steps in. Hands off to number 34, Isaiah Cotton.
Isaiah Cotton, the ball carrier.
Drives ahead for a few yards, about 5 maybe.
Down near the 22-yard line.
It's good to see Connor Reed out there, who did not get a chance to play at all the Bellarmine game. It's nice to be able to get him some playing time. That means that South is definitely feeling confident in where they are to be able to put in their second-string quarterback.
Absolutely. Connor Reed, a 5'11 junior, under center now. Hands off again. Oh, tripped up in the backfield.
Looks like someone lost their shoe.
Again, number 34, Isaiah Cotton.
Lost a couple of yards that time.
Dropped for about a 2-yard loss. So that'll bring up about a 3rd and 5 for South on the 25-yard line of the Tornadoes. So South driving and looking for more, as they've got a couple of subs in. Reed takes a snap, rolls out to his right, looking for a man, throws off balance. He's got a man, and it is a little underthrown and broken up. Number 13, Victor Munoz, breaks up the pass.
Defensive pressure applied by Victor Munoz.
Great pressure on the quarterback. I'm surprised that Connor Reed was able to get that away and take the incomplete rather than the loss of yards.
Yeah, I had to throw that a little bit off balance. Couldn't quite get as much on it as he wanted to. Number 17, Logan Coons, was the intended receiver on that one. Reed's throw just a little bit short since he had to throw off balance. A little bit of pressure on him there as he rolled out. So the Wolves are going to go ahead and go for it, being this deep into the Yelm territory. Reed under center. Takes a snap, hands off to Cotton up the middle. Driving the legs, and he is stacked up after a short gain. He's going to be short, and the Tornadoes will take over on downs at about their 23-yard line.
3 minutes, 44 seconds left in this third quarter.
Really exciting game for South Kitsap today. I mean, the running game's going, the passing game's going, the defense, as we said earlier, they just had the one drive of the 30-yard when they had the short field after the big run back in the personal foul penalty set them up at about the South Kitsap 30. And that's all the Yelm has really done. They have not been able to muster much of anything. So Quentin Buck is still in the game for Yelm. He hands off up the middle, driving head down. Nice run up the gut there. About a 9-yard run, maybe 10.
Brandon Thompson, the ball carrier, stopped by the right side.
And again, the defense has been doing a great job, even under pressure, when Yelm has been able to penetrate even inside the 20-yard line on South's side. The defense has been able to hold them, obviously, to only the 7 points. Doing a great job.
Handoff up the middle again. It's Brandon Thompson's got a little bit of running room, puts his head down, and he's out to about the 45-yard line.
Aaron Rivera, your ball carrier, he's tripped up by Marcus Burns, out to about the 46, where it's good for the first down.
Brandon Thompson, a freshman. Going to be a pretty exciting kid to watch here the next couple of years. Pitches back to Rivera in the backfield, looking to break a tackle, breaks one tackle, dives ahead for about a yard. Nice coverage by the defense.
He gains a couple 3, and it's about 2nd and 7.
Number 51, Will Gatlin, forced him to the outside. And he could not get anywhere, dove ahead for a yard. So Buck back under center again, hands off to the up back in the backfield, shakes a tackle. Oh, breaks another, and a big hit from behind by number 80, Marcus Burns.
Jacob Rash, the ball carrier.
Jacob Rash, the junior
Marcus Burns
running back
on
for
the stop for the
Yelm carry
Wolves.
there. So 3rd and 7 here. It seems like Yelm has had a lot of 3rd and longs this game.
And not a lot of converted 3rd and longs, that's for sure.
Exactly.
A lot of times they have to go to 4.
So fakes the handoff. Keeper on the outside, looking for some running room. Gets out there and gets the first down. Nice run by Quentin Buck for about 8 yards.
On the keeper, he gets good for the first down.
That'll set up a 1st and 10 for the Yelm Tornadoes. Right about the South Kitsap 44-yard line. About 1:55 left in the 3rd quarter. Yelm hurries back up to the ball. Buck out of the shotgun. One man in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, throws to the outside. He's got Rivera, who cuts back into the inside.
There's a flag on the play.
Met there by number 41, Mikey Garcia. There is a flag on the play.
On the reception.
And it's going to be a false start against the Yelm Tornadoes.
Play, legal procedure against the offense.
That will back up and negate the gain. And back up the Yelm Tornadoes. So even when they start to get something going, the penalties just keep biting them. And I'm telling you, this is almost a flipped script of what we saw a couple of weeks ago from South Kitsap and Bellarmine, where every time it looked like South would get something going, they'd get a penalty and hurt themselves. Now it's Yelm's doing the same thing, and South is capitalizing.
That is true. I'm surprised how many false starts have been issued this game. Normally false starts aren't a big thing in Joe Knowles Stadium.
So back under center again. Fakes the handoffs, throwing deep down the middle. He's got a man wide open. Broken up by number 6, Braden Maynard. Wow, did he cover some ground to get back on that one. Coach Canton not too happy that number 17, Vernon Parker, was able to get open that far downfield. When you've got such a big lead, you got to be a little softer in the secondary. You can't let a guy beat you. You got to keep the ball in front of you.
It certainly was nerve-wracking how much breakaway he did have.
Quentin Buck on the keeper.
So Quentin Buck on the keeper up the middle for a couple of yards. Looking at about a 2nd and 12 from about the 46-yard line. Buck again under center. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left. Oh, shakes a tackler, shakes another tackler before he is finally brought down.
Great pressure by South and by multiple players in the quarterback.
Had 4 South Kitsap defenders in the backfield there, and Buck was able to shake 2 of them, couldn't shake the other 2. We do have a flag on the play. Personal foul, a face mask against the Wolves. Again, watching this, they're tackling a little bit too high and arm tackling. And you get the arms, you try to wrap somebody around their shoulders, and then they put their head down. Your hands go right into their face. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Wolves. And an automatic first down on what should have been a 3rd and long.
Again, those personal fouls are definitely affecting the defense.
That's the 3rd or maybe 4th one against the Wolves this game. So out of the shotgun. Quick hitter to the outside, hits Rivera, who's hitting the backfield, cannot go anywhere.
Flag on the play.
Number 23, Aaron Rivers.
Looked like 25, Corey Bell in on the tackle. Angelo Vigil in there as well. And we've got an illegal formation against the Tornadoes. We'll back them up. About 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Play's gotten a little bit sloppy here the last couple of minutes on both sides. Couple of penalties.
That's definitely something you don't want to see South being beat by the penalties, because that quickly adds up and gives people yardage that they are not necessarily earning, but that happens, and that's definitely a way to beat South.
So Buck from the shotgun throws across the middle. He's got a man down inside the 25-yard line to about the 22.5, 23-yard line. That will move the chains. 1st and 10 from about the 22-yard line. Starting to see some hands on the hips from the Wolves, indicating a little bit of getting a little bit tired. It's been a long drive. Quick hitter. Oh, incomplete pass. That was almost a fumble. Pass intended for number 6, Bo Campbell.
Got some great shots of our fans hyped up for that pass.
There's those South Kitsap super fans. Pretty excited about tonight's game so far. 40 points. Ties the most they've scored so far this season. They beat Kent Ridge 40-0 at the beginning of the season. Lead now here 40-7 with about 8 seconds left in the third quarter. But the Tornadoes are driving and threatening. 2nd 10, he's going down. Cody Wilson coming blitz from the outside. Buck tried to take off and fell before he could get anywhere.
Finishing off.
Number 70, Liam O'Brien, also there to help put him away. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, we've got the Wolves with 40 and the Yelm Tornadoes with 7.
And you know, Steve, talking about our super fans, we've got our Spirit Week coming up next week, and here in Port Orchard, we are big fans of Seahawks, so we've got we generally on Fridays do Blue Friday, but this next coming week we're going to have our Spirit Week. It will be Thursday is Seahawks Pride Days, Friday is South Kitsap Pride Day, and it'll be really fun to get all that pride coming out and everyone be really pumped for the homecoming game and the homecoming dance.
Homecoming next week as South Kitsap will welcome in the Lincoln Abes, who are from the 3A side of the bracket, but a very formidable opponent. I believe I don't know if they still are, but I know they were ranked in the top 10 earlier in the season, so it should be a tough game. But I tell you, if South Kitsap plays like this, they are going to be tough to beat.
And see, we just had a shot there of our cheerleaders. We've got many highly ranked teams. They are number 1 in the state currently.
So Buck from the shotgun throws across the middle, and it is picked off. Number 45, Dominic Vargas. He takes it back to the 25-yard line. The 3rd interception of the game for the Wolves, who came into this game with 0 interceptions and have now gotten 3 in this game alone.
Famous roller coaster.
Goes the roller coaster.
Very intimidating for the other team seeing those stands. Randy Redburn, our ASB president, was leading that roller coaster. Randy Redburn has followed the tradition of great spirit. She's always decked out and leads those pep assemblies.
And look at Coach Canton right there. Still not happy, 40-7, and he is still coaching like it's a close game. What you got to do? You don't want these kids laying back. You want your players focused. You want them playing hard for the whole game. And you can't ease up, even with a 5 touchdown lead. You got to play hard.
It's just as my personal inspiration, Pete Carroll. Nothing's ever over until the last minute goes out, because you never know when someone is going to come back in the fourth quarter and just hammer the other team. It's not over till it's over, and I really think that Coach Canton is doing a great job of keeping the boys focused. They've got to make sure, because they are making a couple slip-ups, to not let that happen, not let anything dramatic happen where we finally throw an interception ourselves. So I think he's doing a really good job keeping the boys focused.
Had a shot there of Coach Logue, who is the secondary coach. He's got to be a pretty happy man right now, as his secondary has picked off 3 Yelm passes. So Connor Reed back in under center. Oh, pardon me, it's not Connor Reed under center, but Isaiah Cotton, big run up the middle. We got Cole Craner now under center at quarterback.
Sophomore.
Cole Craner, a 5'11", 148 sophomore.
A little fun fact for you, Steve, he's actually dating Cooper Canton's younger sister.
Oh, statistician Sophia Canton.
A lot of pressure, I'm sure, from him, having his coach and the quarterback above him being family.
Yeah, you better do well now. So Craner back under center. Pitches to the outside. Again, 34, Isaiah Cotton looking for some room on the outside. Gets a couple of good more yards out of it.
Lee Kalima, your ball carrier, he's driven out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
Pardon me, that was 24, Lee Kalima.
Tanner Page and
after a gain of about 2
on the tackle.
It's the first time we've heard Lee Kalima's name called on this side of the ball.
So Craner brings the offense back up to the line. Rolls out to his left, fakes the handoff. He's got his man. That's number 39.
Tanner Paulson.
Tanner Paulson battling for some yards. Takes it all the way down to the 41-yard line of Yelm. Nice pass from Cole Craner to senior Tanner Paulson. Paulson, a 5'11", to 170-pound senior. And the Wolves continue to drive down the field on the Yelm Tornadoes. First and 10 now, 45-yard line. Craner hands it off to Isaiah Cotton, looking for running room on the outside, puts his head down.
Isaiah Cotton, the ball carrier, he's ahead for about 3 yards. Tackles were led.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Wolves. Isaiah Cotton, a 5'6", 145 senior.
That's Colin Crown.
As the Wolves getting some second string, third string players some playing time.
Which is great to see that Coach Canton does have the confidence to put in other players.
Handoff again to Cotton up the middle.
Cotton, the ball carrier,
about 3 more.
Tackles were led by Brandon Rochester.
So that'll give the Wolves about a 3rd and 4 from about the 37-yard line.
And Steve, talking about the Canton football family, we've got Coach Canton, and we've got quarterback Cooper, we've got Sophia on stats, and Sam, the youngest, he's actually a ball boy. You see him running out with the fresh balls, drying them off.
That's right. Sam Canton will be up here in a few years. Sophia Canton will be up here next year.
It's really great to see the camaraderie.
So handoff up the middle again to Cotton, and he's dragging some tacklers just about to the first down line. Looks like he may be a little short. Nope, he's got it. First down for the Wolves.
And Colin Crown on the tackle.
So Cooper Canton, a second-generation South Kitsap football player. Dad, head coach Eric Canton, played football here in the mid-'80s, helped take the South Kitsap Wolves to a second-place finish at the Kingdome back in, I believe it was 1986.
Back in the Kingdome days.
The Kingdome.
Great place to see a ball game.
So Craner back under center. Pitches again to Cotton to the outside, looking for some running room, turns upfield. Gets about 2, maybe 3 yards out of that.
The ball carrier.
That'll take him to about the 30-yard line.
He was knocked out of bounds by Greg Martin and Cody Burke.
liking to see a sophomore quarterback, possibly the future quarterback of the South Kitsap Wolves. Cooper Canton, the starting quarterback, only a junior. We'll assume that he'll regain that starting position next year.
You never know.
You never do. No, there's some really talented kids coming up. You never know. So Craner back under center, throws to the outside. He's got his man, number 99.
Josh Osborne.
Josh Osborne with the catch. That takes him down. It's about an 8-yard gain. Taking the Wolves to about a 23-yard line. Nice little quick hitter to Josh Osborne. Osborne, a sophomore, and that is his first catch of the season. So Craner back under center for a 3rd and 1. And somebody jumped. I don't know if they were drawn off sides, but it looked like number 45, Brennan Rochester.
Offside penalty against the defense.
Got across the line a little bit early. So that will move the ball and move the chains. That will be a first down as a result of that penalty.
It's first down, Wolves.
And now the Wolves are inside the 20 of Yelm's territory.
Once again, driving. Using some clock. Protecting the lead and trying to add to it.
8:25 left on this left on the end of the game.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Craner under center. Hands off again. Oh, hit immediately in the backfield. Hit immediately in the backfield. That was number 28, Jonah Davis.
Mitchell, the ball carrier. Brandon Rochester is leading the tacklers. No gain on the play. It's 2nd and 10.
Got back to the line of scrimmage. That'll set up a 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line. Handoff again up the middle. Spins, breaks a tackle. He takes that ball down to about the 11-yard line. Jonah Davis again on the carry.
12-yard line.
Setting up the Wolves with a 3rd and about 4 from the 12-yard line.
3rd and most definitely manageable.
As we approach the 7-minute mark of the game. Craner under center, I formation. Hands off the middle. He's got that's number. Oh, breaks a tackle, gets to the inside, takes it down to about the 3-yard line.
It's number 37, Dion Anderson.
Dion Anderson, a sophomore. He's 5'1", 125, but I tell you what, that kid can fly. Very fast, and they ran him up the middle.
Great penetration by South.
And he takes it down to the 3-yard line, about a 9-yard run for the sophomore. So set up 1st and goal from the 3. Craner under center. Hands off's got Isaiah Cotton, gets to the outside, tries to cut back in, and he is met by the interior line of the Yelm Tornadoes. And he got about back to the line of scrimmage. So we're looking at a 2nd and goal from the 3. Just under 6.5 minutes left in the game. Wolves with a commanding 40-7 lead.
And trying to put more on.
They score here. This will be the most points they've scored this season so far. Sustained drives, really working the clock and ending drives with points. That's how you get to a 40-7 score, as we've got here tonight. So Craner checking out the defense. Under center now. And Yelm jumps again. Let's see if they were drawn off or they jumped on their own. Looks like Craner went with a hard count because the entire interior line jumped. About 2 or 3 of them, and it is against the Yelm Tornadoes.
The hard count is a technique used a lot in the most recent game, the Indiana Colts against Seahawks, and that did prove effective of getting the jump.
The only good thing for Yelm on this is that since they're inside the 5, it's a half the distance, so it only ended up being about a yard penalty for them. But
Now
South
they
will
are.
take the ball at first and goal from about the 1.5. Handoff up the middle, stuffed at the line of scrimmage again. That'll bring up a 3rd and goal from the 1.
Isaiah Cotton, the ball carrier.
Isaiah Cotton
Stop for no
coming up the
gain.
middle.
It's 3rd and goal.
Usually you don't have those little guys trying to push against the goal line defense. Isaiah Cotton, not one of the bigger running backs that they've got, but in a game like this, you're trying to get the guys some work, trying to get them some work up the middle.
Which have proven to be an effective way of running, but with all of the linemen right up against there, it's hard to get much space.
So 3rd and goal, pitch out to the outside. Cotton looking for some room, not going to get anywhere. He's going to lose about 2 yards. That's going to bring up a 4th and goal from about the 3.
This will bring up the question, are they going to go for 4th and goal and a possibility of a touchdown, or are they going to go for the for sure points of the field goal?
It does not look like the field goal unit is on. So it looks like South's going to go ahead and give it one last shot for the end zone here as we come up on the 4-minute mark left in the game. So number 19, Cole Craner, the sophomore under center. Oh, and Yelm jumps again.
Penalty on the play.
Craner with another hard count.
Down remains at 4. It's a yard and a half.
It'll still be 4th down, but they pick up a yard and a half on that now. So now it'll be 4th and goal from about the 1.5. You can see Craner's reaction there. He definitely hard counted on that one. We can't really hear them, but
he was definitely pleased with it at all, coming away clapping.
You can see by his reaction that was definitely done on purpose by him. So 4th and goal from about the 1.5 yard line. Coming up with about 3.5 minutes left in the game. Craner under center, I formation. So the hands off up the middle again. And Cotton is not going to get in. He's going to be stacked up at about the line of scrimmage. So the Yelm Tornadoes will take over on downs at about their own 2-yard line. About 3:21 left in the game. Let's see if Yelm decides to do any substitutions here with about 3 minutes left. Give some of their substitutes some playing time.
Yeah. It'd also be great to see how the defense handles with them being so close to the Yelm end zone, if they could possibly come away with something and get a defensive score. That would be just icing on the cake, but definitely, I'm sure no one would complain. Yelm lining up.
So as the Tornadoes come back out, Quentin Buck is still under center. Handed off to the up back, and he was stopped at just about the line of scrimmage.
Number 42, Cody Burke.
Cody Burke, who was injured earlier in the
Cody
game,
Burke, your ball carrier. He's out for about a half a yard.
comes back in. He gets maybe a half a yard. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from about the 2. Again, Buck. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Still on his feet. Drives ahead for about 6 or so, maybe 8 yards.
He's struck down by the center of the ST line.
So he's taken down just about the 10-yard line. So that'll bring up a 3rd and about 2, maybe 3 yards. Buck hands off. Takes it to the right side, cuts back inside, and he's got the first down.
Brandon Thompson, your ball
Brandon
carrier.
Thompson
He's got the 15-yard line. It's good for a
takes it
first
to about the
down.
15. That'll move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yelm Tornadoes. South Kitsap subbing out pretty freely now on every play. So Buck back under center. Hands it off. It's number 38. Number 38, Jacob Rash. Takes it ahead for about 2.
Jacob Rash, your ball carrier.
We'll probably let the clock wind out right until the 2-minute warning.
Leading the tacklers.
And continue.
So that'll bring up a second and about 7 from the 18-yard line. Pitches it to the left, cuts it back to the inside, and takes it just across the 20 to about the 21.
1:30 left in the play. Tornadoes with all 3 of their timeouts. Wolves with none.
Jacob Rash again on the carry there, bringing up a 3rd and 4 for the Tornadoes. Pitch, hit in the backfield and taken down in the backfield. Number 81, Garrett Smith with a big tackle for a loss. Garrett Smith, a 5'9", 150 sophomore.
Took down Thompson way back in the backfield.
So 4th and 8, with just under a minute to go. The Tornadoes are going to go ahead and go for it. Hands off up the middle. Across the 25 to about the 26-yard line, and he's going to get the first down. So with about 43 seconds left, the Tornadoes sitting with a 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Buck in the shotgun, drops back, throws deep down the middle. He's got a man, and it's broken up.
Knocked away by number 14, Kyle Wenzik.
Number 14, Kyle Wenslick, with a nice defensive play as he batted that one down. Wenslick, a 5'11", 155 senior. Sets up a 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. 30
29.
seconds left in the game. Buck out of the shotgun, drops back, quarterback keeper up the middle, looking for some room to the outside. He's got a little bit of running room. Cuts back to the inside.
Quentin Burke, the ball carrier, he's a keeper.
Taken down by, that's number 14 again, Kyle Winslet.
Over is number 14, Kyle Winslet. Good for a first down. Ball
So it is a first down. Ball spotted at about the 40-yard line. 19 seconds to go.
Fans are certainly happy for this great lead.
Look at those super fans. They are excited. Hands off, end around, number 32. That's Brandon Thompson. Cuts back to the inside. He's got a first down into Wolves territory. 41-yard line. Got 8 seconds left on the clock. Yelm is not using any of their timeouts. They are hurrying to the line. Clock will start on the whistle. It has started. 3 seconds left. This will be the last play of the game. Buck's going deep. He's got a man, and South is there. Intercepted. Intercepted, bringing it back. Number 47. Octaviani. Interception, the 4th South Kitsap interception of the game. That will end it with an exclamation point, really. This South Kitsap defense was just on fire tonight.
It really was.
The early touchdown on the 30-yard short field drive that Yelm had. Great game from South Kitsap today. All facets of the game, really. Except maybe a couple of extra Mr. X points, but
A couple of mixed extra points, a couple of flags, and that's really all that really South can come away with possibly disappointed in themselves. We'd like to go over our stats. We've got Marshall DeWalt, number 23, sophomore. He's got over 100 yards. Corey Bell, a sophomore. Marshall DeWalt is a junior, actually. Bell he's got 2 touchdowns. Marshall also with 2 touchdowns. Taro Bell, the senior, with about 40 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cooper Cantons with about 6 or 7 completions. Knowles been hit a couple times. Maynard has had some great plays as well. On the other side, we had our leading rushers, Thompson and Buck, and Riviera. Riviera with the only touchdown that he ran in himself. And we'd like to thank you for joining us for this South Kitsap High School football game, and we'd also like to thank the students of video production here at South who made this television program possible. We've got directed by Sergio Lomeli-Flores. We've got camera work by Holly and Mason, and we've got our great overseeing directors, Mr. Downham, and our graphics, Mr. Swagger. They really help out most of the student-led video, but it's great to have those guidance.
Thanks again for tuning in tonight, folks. We'll be back with the next home game again live here on SKTV on October 18th at 7 o'clock for the homecoming game when the Wolves take on the Lincoln Abes. Again, the final score from Joe Knowles Field, it was the South Kitsap Wolves 40 and the Yelm Tornadoes 7. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm Steve Dickey.
And I'm Siobhan Fay.
Saying so long and good evening from South Kitsap High School.